Hey, we putting it out there to the world. Actually, I need to repost it on my pages.
Absolutely. Listen, we're live. Welcome back to USI here with my boy JG. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming
Hey,
out.
glad to be out. Glad to be out. Thank you for making it out. You're the one. You're the one should be struggling right now.
Yeah, listen, it is 2 o'clock in the morning here in the UK. This is
Oof.
what we have to deal with watching American sports, but it is what it is.
Oh,
I'm really excited about.
I gotta switch over streams to the ABC to the game stream real quick.
Yeah, no problems, no problems. No, I'm really excited about this. This watch along, my personal first watch along that I'm actually like presenting myself. I've obviously jumped on a watch along with KG the comedian. Check out his YouTube channel. He's a Man United fan as well, so check out his stuff, man. Funny guy, very funny
Yeah,
guy.
he's really funny. That's how I found out about Rich. Rich did so well with KG. I was like, let me hop over to. I know nothing about Crystal Palace, and then I hop over, and it's like you streaming, you're doing everything over there, man. You know, you had to post today about the women's team and stuff, and I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
extremely impressed. Like I feel like you got a very ambitious scope. You're trying to, you
Yeah,
got a
listen,
very
yeah,
ambitious thing you're trying to do.
trying to hit all angles. I mean, for me personally, number one, I just love sport.
Hmm.
You know what I mean, and particularly football. So obviously, I'm going to be talking about the club that I love, which is Crystal Palace. But then I can also talk about other teams because I like football in general. And
Yeah,
then on top of that, I love American sports. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to hit all different niches. It's going to be a lot of work for me, but it's going to be worth it. It's just being able to speak about the game we love. And what I love and I appreciate about Jay and obviously Santiago, who jumps on USI with me, the ability to learn from them. Like, yes, I can watch American sports like the basketball we're going to do now, but the actual nuances of the sport, that's what I'm here for, to learn, you know.
I'm excited about that too, for you, and I'm excited about like that the stream I did with Cash the other day and Oni, his friend from Canada. Like I learned stuff then just about colloquialisms, like how like I don't actually talk to in person. I don't actually have anybody to talk to about European football. Like I just nobody. I'm just going off of what I see on the internet and what I hear on the games and stuff. So it's like there's some like sayings and stuff. I was like, oh, I was saying that wrong, or this is how you're supposed to say this. So I'm like, I'm learning as I'm going along too, and it's fun. And I'm definitely not embarrassed to say I don't know something because it's like there's no way I could have known about it. So I'm learning. I'm learning live on the spot on the live stream
This is
sometimes.
it.
But
This is
hey,
it.
that's it is what it
And,
is.
and thanks to this particular guide,
Oh my, you made it
David,
out.
you made it out. Listen, I'm learning so much more about hockey. So this is what we're doing here. This is what we're
Me
doing here.
too, actually. So me too. I only have a peripheral, like it's kind of like I'm not a direct hockey fan, but like I said, like I was telling y'all the other day, if you can watch playoff hockey, for years I've heard like even if you don't like it, just jump into the playoffs because it's always intense and it's fun and just crazy wildness.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, you mentioned to me earlier, actually, off air, that you're neutral. So, like, what do you see from this game? What do you see?
Well, it's looking kind of bad because the Bucks have a it's a Bucks home game, so I think it's going to be rough for the Suns, but I feel like we're also lucky because we might get to see like a legendary Chris Paul performance. Because I personally would like to see Chris Paul win at least one title. He only has a couple of years left, I imagine. I don't even know if he has any cartilage in his knees. I'm kind of not exaggerating with that. So,
Yeah,
so yeah, I'm definitely hoping they can stretch it out to Game 7 and make it interesting. Maybe not for you because you're gonna be losing sleep again if you stream if you stream again.
you
So,
know what? It will be worth it. It will be worth it. To be fair,
yeah.
just a bit more context. When it does come to like the finals of, I do, but I do my utmost best to make sure that I'm watching it. To be fair,
Oh, cool.
so
Yeah.
normally it's me watching it in bed though, on my phone. So
Trying to be real quiet.
yeah, listen, trying to like, I said to my wife, I was like, I'm going to bed. I'm going to wake up at 2. I'm going to wake up early for like 2 o'clock. She's like, why? It's like, oh, it's the NBA finals. I was like, but I'll make sure I'm watching the front room. She was like, thank you.
Yeah, this is why I can't I got to finish up in liver. You can't be in bed on there because I laugh too. You get on like Twitter or something, man, and then something funny happens and you're trying to laugh like quietly laughing.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's the worst, man.
My issue is when something wicked happens, I go, ooh. This is like, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Well, luckily, I don't have that problem that much because it's usually late night. But what sucks is I used to be in the central time zone, so you know our games would come on like at 7 and 8 o'clock, and then now you move to the East Coast and like Monday night football and Sunday night football, NFL season. I mean, them games starting at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. You know, like you got to work on a Monday. If it's a good game, though, man, you still got to stay up, and you're just like, you know, then if it's a really good game, you can't just go to sleep because your heart's beat. You know, you're just like, oh my god, how am I going to wind down? Which is
Listen, the amount of times I've watched the Super Bowl and I've woken up and I'm like this, and I've got my fellow staff members, fellow teachers, like,
yeah.
you watched the Super Bowl, didn't you? I'm like, why do you do this to yourself? I say, because it's worth it.
It is. It is.
It is so.
I love. Yeah. I love that. I love that across the pond, man. We got people watching the Super Bowl and stuff, and like, you know, like the Euros and stuff. Like, got some of the got amazing ratings on ESPN. You know, even in the States. So it's just like, you know, I want more of the sports to kind of cross over. You know, and be able to, you know, we all be able to check stuff out and stuff together and
yeah, absolutely.
you know, and not just be excited during the World Cup. You know, like I was extremely excited that we got this turnout for the Euros. Like, you know, everybody, you know, then a lot of people I follow, you know, they were, you know, checking out the Euros. So that was really dope, man. It was really dope to see.
Yeah. And honestly, like for me, especially when it comes to, and we call it football here, it's amazing to see the American fan base grow, because obviously, unfortunately, there's a massive stigma regarding Americans over here. Not everyone, to be fair, but they kind of seem to think that Americans don't know about football because they call it soccer, or because it's the MLS and the MLS isn't really like popping like that. But when you speak to Americans, they know this. They know this stuff. You know,
I think a lot of us I think we're technically, I hate to say it, but we're technically like millennials. I think the millennial crowd has been the one becoming soccer fan, and that's possibly because of the internet. You know, we got more access to stuff. It's super easy to, like, you know, with my regular cable package, I can catch a lot of stuff, and then and I have ESPN Plus, so because of that, I have the opportunity to watch. I was telling Kazan the other day, like I watch a lot of Bundesliga. So I watched a lot of Bayern and Dortmund, and also it had Serie A. So I was, oh my god, startled me. Your lamp. I got my lamp hanging on by a prayer over here too. But like, yeah, so like the Serie A, like I got to watch a lot of Juventus and some Inter, but you know, because we got Americans playing over there too. We got Weston McKennie. He's a midfielder at Juventus, and then I was watching Giovanni Reina at Dortmund, but I was also watching Dortmund because Sancho and Haaland are amazing. So I was hoping just to see some good football, you know, and that's why a lot of those Bayern Munich games were boring though, because like, you know, they struggled a little bit this year. They still won the league, but they'd like be losing at halftime. So that was interesting. But some of those games, man, they'd score like, you know, Lewandowski have like a brace in the first half, and you're like, okay, we know where this is. We know where this is going, 100%. Man. You know,
100%.
Yeah. So
it's funny you mentioned that the influx of American football players has just grown, and they're all across Europe now, which is phenomenal. You mentioned Gio Reyna, 17, 18.
He's on. I think he's 18 or 19 now.
18, 19.
He's 18 or 19 now. Yeah, he's
still like so young and pivotal to how they play as well. You know, he's just going to get better. Christian Pulisic, Daryl DK now.
DK.
So many.
Need him back in Europe.
Who you mentioned, like the American national team could actually have a solid side heading up to the World Cup.
I think we need about another cycle and a half. Like maybe by the time the next like probably like 4 years by the time like the next Euros, even though that's not going to be us. But about that time, whenever we, I meant to check and see how often we do the Gold Cup, and so I think it might be every other year. Do the Copa America might be every 4, but I need to, those major tournaments, maybe about the
Yeah.
next cycle of a major turn. I don't think this World Cup, but we just need to get more like DK Orlando priced him kind of high, but we need to get him back to Europe, like almost anywhere. I'm on like let's just send him to Europe. I don't care what I prefer him to go back to the championship side. That'd be nice, um but yeah, no, they I was super impressed. Gio, they gave him the number 7 shirt after Sancho left. So yeah, I was just like I feel like that's a vote of confidence for me. God, sorry, it's a lot. It's a lot of people out there. Are we still on the same screen here? You looking at the crowd right now?
Yeah, they've panned into like Phoenix Sun Stadium.
Yeah, and they just went into the. You might be a little ahead of me.
Oh.
Are the Phoenix Stadium they're showing the crowd on the big screen?
Yeah. So now they're showing the lineups. So you got Mikael Bridges, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and Jay Crowder make the Suns lineup. And for the Bucks, PJ Tucker, Drew Holiday, who had a blinder last game, Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Brooke Lopez.
Dude, you are about 5 seconds ahead of me, 5 to 10 seconds ahead of me. How's this still happening to me? I cannot believe this is still happening to me.
Wow.
I thought I was going to be.
To think we were talking about you were like a minute ahead when it was on my TV stream. And now, wow.
I was a minute ahead of Kaz the other day. I was a whole minute, and the Canadian guy was like 10 seconds ahead of me. So we were like grand total like a minute 20 ahead of him yesterday. So I was like, God, I guess we'll just make it work. I'll just, not make any faces or whatever. But oh man,
I think that
killing me here.
Me obviously as the UK fan. If I was so far behind, it would be mad. But yeah, I agree. Let's go Suns. Right. Let's just have a look. So the refs are walking towards the center for tip off. And game 6 commences. Let's go.
Here we go.
I think we're caught up now. I think we're the same bit. Go on, Book. So you heard this guy on the ball right now. He needs to have a massive game.
Wait, you still I think you might be ahead of me.
So yeah, down the court now.
The ball just went out of bounds for the Bucks.
Yeah, same.
And they're about to. Okay, we're close enough. It's close enough. We can talk. It's what honestly basketball moves faster than football, so we're good. Like football would be crazy. Like you and KG like screaming, and I'm just like, oh, I guess he's about to score when he makes it down the. Oh
yeah, see, go on,
nice.
Go on. Can tell it's a nervous start already.
Yeah.
Bucks are 2 up.
So what I would usually do is when I was watching United Stand before I was watching his streams before KG and them got their streams, like I would pause my stream and then let it catch up, and then so I can watch at the same time and I won't get spoiled. But like since I'm watching with y'all and I can actually talk to y'all, I just let myself be spoiled so I could just pop in the chat and keep the chat relevant. Because I could just follow along with y'all, so I'm just gonna let myself be spoiled. But with United Stand, it's too many people for me to talk anyway. So I just, if we don't have good announcers, I'm just gonna let I'll just listen to Mark talk.
Yeah.
Hopefully KG does something this year. He said he's not because he gets too crazy, but I hope he does some live streams.
Yeah, I mean, I know, like speaking to him, I know that the plans are what a block from Giannis.
Yeah, already. You saw that replay too?
Oh man.
Oh, that's wide open. Yeah.
But for free. Oh, they've got. It's a very nervous start.
Jay Crowder. I think I'm still now. I got back ahead of you somehow. I think
Crowder just missed. So Giannis is moving forward.
I feel vindicated. I'm back ahead of you. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, why didn't?
I'm on 9:45, 9:48, 47, 46.
Wait, I'm on
44, 43, 42.
39, 38,
Yeah,
37,
yeah. So you're
36.
slightly ahead of me.
It's a little rough start now. It's still two. I feel like a lot of stuff happened. It's still two up.
Yeah, still 2-2. There's really poor possession both ways.
Yeah,
It's really bad. What's that? If there's anyone watching live, feel free to like ask us questions about anything whilst this is going on. To be fair.
So usually I'll pop in later on in the game because my ESPN app will tell me when the game gets to the fourth quarter. So I'm usually not like
Okay.
watching. Like, yeah, I'll usually come in at the end. You know, if it's depends on what's going on. But yeah, that last that game with the block from Giannis. Oh my God!
Oh man!
And then the alley oop, like
the
the alley oop game, like it was two good finishes, like legendary. If they win this, those would be like you kind of will remember those if you lose those, but you still got to win. You still got to win the championship for those moments to really like be a part of like your history.
History, yeah, absolutely. Hey, you finally got a basket.
Yeah. There we go.
Who do you reckon will have a good game?
Who you reckon? What? Who's having a good game? It's hard to tell.
Who do you reckon will have a good game at the end? Both teams.
It's kind of hard to say right now. Like everybody's looking super cold right now, but
Yeah.
I mean, I know it might be an easy answer, but he hadn't made any shots.
Yeah, I
but
love that Middleton,
Giannis, you loved it. Which what? You loved it what? Sorry.
Middleton's he kind of just pulled everyone in and just like, listen, guys, come on, man.
Oh yeah. It's a good leadership. But yeah, Giannis, who's been like, he's legendarily poor at the free throws, but no, I think he's having good. He's getting to the hoop pretty easy still right now because he's just so big and strong,
Yeah.
And but yeah, I don't know if they're doing the before if you've been listening to the games in the last series, he used to take so long on his free throws that people started saying on the internet, well, like he should have you have 10 seconds to shoot a free throw, and they should call that violation. So what happened was the fans started counting the 10 like super fast, by the way, like on the opposing team stage, like 1, 2, 3, and like so like now so I can't hear the game. I got the TV turned down now. I'm interested to see the home. Is there a couple of Suns fans in the home stadium? Oh, he actually made that one. Yeah, I wonder if there are a couple of Phoenix fans are gonna do the chant on them to count them down. What's your count? Like you at least should say like here we'll do like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi in America, and it was like they're just going like super super fast,
Super
so.
fast a bit. Such another turnover.
Oh, here we go, Milton. Yeah, he missed. Yeah, I feel like the game it's getting off to a fast start. It's just nobody's sinking buckets, really.
Yeah, this is it. Like the percentages are really low at the minute.
Yeah. Okay. Thought they was calling that guy for travel.
Already like 5 minutes into the quarter.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
it's
getting bad possession both sides.
I mean, they're hustling though. They're really playing hard. Oh, Chris Paul. Oh. And just like that, they're back in it.
This is it. This is it. I believe the Bucks have taken a timeout.
Yeah, there we go on a commercial. Yeah, so I didn't want to I didn't know how you would do, I didn't want to call out the the bucket, I was kind of like see if I like let you do like the play-by-play, I guess you could say, because I'm a touch ahead.
I don't mind if I'm slightly behind. It's all good.
Okay, yeah, I didn't you tell them now I used to live stream and I'm like, oh, what do I say? I see this 3, I want to be like, oh.
Like I said, I'm new to this myself regarding like Watchalong and stuff. Like obviously I don't what do you call it? When I did the France-Portugal game with KG, like I was about a good minute behind. It was just mad. Because what it was so crazy.
I remember I was commenting on you. I was messing with you. I was like, my boy's streamer from the past.
You know what it was? Because like I got an Amazon Fire Stick at mine, and so I was off the iPlayer. I was thinking, it's BBC iPlayer. It should be all right.
It don't matter if you're streaming, man.
The next day, I ordered a TV aerial just to get like obviously terrestrial TV on it.
Yeah,
because like I'm hardly. I wouldn't say I'm hardly in the house, but I hardly have time for TV to then have we have Sky and all that BT and stuff. So to spend £50, £60, £70 a month, I rarely watch TV. Sitting down watching TV. So we got the Fire Stick instead, where we watch Netflix, watch movies and stuff and whatnot. So normally I'll just stream off my phone and stuff if I need to watch sports. So I'll let Steph have the big TV and I'll just watch things off my phone, off my iPad or whatnot.
You gotta get Apple TV though. You gotta get the Apple box because I've had that and that's how I ended up watching Ted Lasso. Boy KG, and I watched it and I was following United Stand even before that, and I was watching that and I was like, that looks like KG, but that's no way. That's because I only seen him once. Like that's not the same guy. And then he posted something about it later on. I was like, I'm a complete idiot because it was just like my wife thinks that. So she knows I watch the streams and stuff, and she thinks that was so hilarious. She was like, you didn't know that was him? I was like, it's just like it's like a small world, right? Like, what's the chances of a guy I watch on a football fan page is on a TV show? I didn't know he was an actor or anything at all. So that was
so. His thing obviously started off as stand-up and stuff, but he does acting as well, and he's done some funny skits back in the day. You've probably seen Chicken Wings, little song called.
Is that the one him and the guy with the song? Yeah. I see. He posted one the other day, and then I was trying to look up. I'm trying to find out about his new BET show because I don't have any of those apps, and I know it's a UK thing. I don't know if they're gonna. Hopefully they will. I don't know how hard it. I got a VPN and stuff. I don't know how hard it'd be for me to. I definitely want to stream it and support, man. I always try to support. Got my guys. So part of me is like, I think my NBC that does the Premier League coverage. I think sometimes on NBC Sports during the day during football season, Premier League season, they would air Sky Sports in the morning on NBC Sports. So if I could if he's gonna be if Flex is gonna be on. Scott, I might try to figure out a way to try to stream and get some views and help him out, but I won't be working from home anymore. Next Monday, I start my new job, man. So I'll be.
Congratulations! Tell the people what you're doing. If you're allowed to.
I can't. Well, actually, I probably can't. I'm probably not allowed to say a lot. It's not really like a cool guy thing, but it's probably just to be on the safe side. I will be. But it's basically it's an IT position in DC at the Cap. Oh, nice slam! Just got a steal and a slam from Middleton.
Yep. 10-5.
I saw a Bucks fan on Crowder. I missed. I saw a Bucks fan on Twitter say they were saying that if the Bucks win after going down 2-0 in the series, say now everybody has to spell Chris with a K and Drew with a JR. You said we gotta change the official spelling. Oh, now we're getting some buckets now, man.
Finally, yeah. I mean, I don't know why Giannis thought you could take a free, by the way. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
what's his perimeter shot like?
well, who shot Giannis's?
Yeah.
He's his 3-point percentage is like terrible. It's terrible. He last year I feel like, you know, all the big, oh, there we go. Who's that? Middleton? I think Middleton I looked away. But his
Yes, Middleton, yeah. 8-point lead for the Bucks now.
So they were trying to get Middleton because all the big men in the league were able to shoot. So they're trying to get Giannis to like become more of a shooter. And you know, it's such a dumb thing. You know, I know all of the big guys can shoot, but Giannis is stronger than everybody, pretty much. He's a Greek freak for a reason, right?
Yeah.
He could overpower anybody. And it's just like, look, man, I feel like this year he just went back to look disregard the fact he just won the MVP twice. You know, it's just like, yeah, let's just start. You just take the ball to the hoop and see who can stop you. He has this little post spin move that's insane, man. So we'll
yeah, Middleton's coming up clutch at the minute.
Yeah. So Booker just faked the hit to the face, man. I know in the last few years the NBA they've been trying to get the 3-point play so that they'll get the sorry. They'll fake a foul on the 3-point line. Like James Harden made, like, for the last 3 years, has made all of his money on that, you know, like faking getting hit. And it's kind of like like soccer flopping, and it's kind of hilarious. Sorry, football flopping.
It made it here, like they were making comparisons between James Harden and Neymar at one stage. Yeah.
I just, you know, like I have this like dumb sense of like doing like right and wrong and justice, and I feel like they need to like maybe start getting a little bit harsh with the obvious flopping. Like not so much somebody like Grealish who draws a lot of fouls because he is taking like contact, but some of the other ones that are bad, like you know, like not even hating on not even hating on like Italy balled out, but you know, that Belgian game, they was rolling around like fish, man, like fish out of water.
There's another one.
Oh, I missed it.
Connaughton. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I saw him pulling himself up off the ground. Oh, he did. He gets slapped. He got slapped though. But he did kind of milk it a little bit.
Yeah, he gave it a proper flop as well. Like,
well, see, look, he took contact.
Yeah.
He got hit. So I'm like, you could fall down. He was a little dramatic, but you could fall down. But the people that like, the hand flies by their face, like LeBron has had a couple of ones too over the past couple of years. That like he just got completely, you know, biggest dude on the court. Like, was he like 260, 6'8"? Like, you know, like, yeah, he just went flying, you know.
I must have been very impressed with the Bucks D.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Drew Holiday. He's on the ground now, hustling for that ball. Just got the ball back. Like I love. I think I mentioned a little bit before your stream the other day before it went off the rails. I was trying to get into Sports Point to try to stay on topic, but like I say, with him and his, I actually knew about his wife because I've been watching since I started watching football. I've been following the women's national team as well as the men's, you know. And his wife was a baller. She was an 8. I think she was like an 8 for the like a box-to-box midfielder for the women's team, and I knew she was really good. And I knew about her before I knew about him. And they have this crazy story. He left the league for a little bit. She had complications with their child. She had a brain tumor while she was pregnant, and he like left the league. And I don't know. I feel like because I like her, and then the struggle they went through together and stuff. And it was like, you know, I feel like I've been wanting him to do well, and they gave up a lot of picks to trade for him. Like they gave up 3 years worth of first round picks to bring him to the Bucks. And I'm buffering now. I think it's going to commercial. Okay, I'm back. They gave up 3 first round picks and some other things to get him from New Orleans. And I was kind of worried. I was like, man, you know, I don't want him to be criticized because I think he's a really good dude and he has no control over what people trade for him.
Yeah.
But man, I've been like, you know, like he's really like that's the difference between this year and last year. Like they kept going out in like the second round and stuff like that, third round, and he has made a complete difference. And I think also Chris Middleton has upped his game because Chris Middleton, like people talking about like Giannis, you didn't want to have to take the last shot in the game and stuff, and that's what I love about Giannis. He's so humble, man. It's like he doesn't have. Maybe it's because he's European. He doesn't have that area. He's just like I don't care. I don't. I don't care who. I don't care who wins the game. Like who has the game winning shot, man. But like Middleton has, I think he's averaging like. He's like averaging like 25 points a game, 22 points a game, 8 assists per game. He's 33% from three-pointer, which is insane. And in one of those games, I checked out his stats early because I knew he had been balling out. I actually wrote it down. he had like 40, like I think he shot so a good three in the NBA over the course of a season, a good 3-point percentage is like 30%. So you're making 1 out of every 3-pointers. So like, bad would be like mid-20s. But anytime you get over 30%, that's a really good 3-point percentage. And he's been 33% for the playoffs. And I think one game he had 46 because he had 40. He had 40 points a couple of games ago. So yeah, game 2 he was rough, but yeah, his stat like he had 29 game 1, 11, but they 29, 11, 18, 40, and then 29 last game. And then Giannis, whose knee, they're like in the last round. I don't know if you saw that knee, and his knee just bent completely wrong.
Surprised that he even made it to the first game in the fight.
That's why I thought when I think you and Santiago were talking about it, I thought the Suns might win it because Giannis' knee was jacked up, and I was like, I don't even know how much we're going to get out of him. And so we're going points, rebounds, assists. So it's 2017 and 4 game 1, 42 12 and 4 game 2, 41 13 and 6 game 3, 26 14 and 8 game 4, and game 5 is 32 9 and 8. Like that's a ridiculous stat line. Somebody who's not a shooter, and his free throw percentage is horrendous. Like he's only making about half of his free throws, so it's even with all that he's averaging like 30 something. Yeah,
I think that's been the key to the Bucks obviously being ahead at the moment. Middleton and Holiday have stepped up.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously Chris Paul unfortunately hasn't played as well as he can.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot has been made I've been watching a lot of it. It's been last couple of days, but obviously
got that fire stick.
Is it this is it. What's the official name? Foster?
Who are we talking about?
The official.
Oh, Scott Foster. Foster.
Lots been made about obviously him being in charge and Chris Paul not winning a playoff game when he's officiated. So
it's wild. They brought it up. They were up 2 games and they brought it up and he mentioned it. Like this was after game 2, and yeah, man, it's the real deal. I don't know. I feel like that much of a discrepancy, like, is that a coincidence? I feel like the NBA should, I know they probably picked this out like way ahead of time, like, all right, what crews so they can prepare themselves to officiate a game. But, I feel like the NBA might have should have looked at that just to keep it like, man, we should, swap the head official. Oh, it's 3-pointer. Can't tell. Was that PJ? What's up with the headband out there? Number 9 on the perimeter. Just drained the 3.
Yeah. Was that Tucker?
I think so. Yeah. Wait, I can't tell. I feel like I need to have like a like the cheat sheet. Oh, Giannis down the lane. Here we go.
Good finish there from Giannis. They are pulling away.
That's what I was talking about with Giannis. Like, just you don't have to be a shooter. Just keep doing that. Exactly what you just did.
Yeah. Actually, you might give me a bit of insight. I've always wondered with basketball because obviously I know it's very fast paced and it's all to do with momentum. Now, obviously, with let's say now at the moment the Bucks are up. The Bucks are up 9 points for made that 11. Now,
yeah.
In my head, I'm thinking, and maybe this is because I'm from England and I just don't understand the nuances as much. But shouldn't it be a case where if the Suns go up a score, then the Bucks are thinking, all right, all we need to do is just match their points, wherever they go up and get
Yeah,
and
they
such.
that should
In
be
my
the
head, I'm
case.
thinking, all right, so you got two, let's just get a two and such. But it's just amazing how, and that's why I love the sport, that the momentum just shifts crazy. Like you can just go on a 20-year run. Like,
Yeah, the runs are super important, and like if you can get that run going, like that's it. But here's the thing: like Steph Curry, almost by himself, was such a great shooter. Gosh, it's probably been like 5 or 6 years now. That the NBA finally realized it's just like okay, which is why the problem with Giannis is that I was explaining earlier. Like they wanted him to be like a good perimeter shooter, and when his strength is like I feel like he just realized like, look, they can't stop me if I take it to the hole. They're gonna foul
yeah,
me or I'm gonna score. But the league finally realized like the simple mathematics: 3 points is worth more than 2 points. So everybody's shooting from the outside now at like the highest rate in NBA history. And the like sometimes it's just you can have a bad luck game like about 3 or 4 years ago, Chris Paul was playing with the Rockets and him and James Harden. Uh, they were about to beat the Rockets. They need to beat Game 7. Chris Paul got hurt, so that was one factor. And the Rockets, they were amazing 3-point shooters. That was their whole thing. Like everybody from number 1 to number 5, the center to the guard, like they all was good at shooting threes.
yeah,
And they missed 33 pointers against the Warriors. They missed 31 that doesn't even sound like it should be possible. But that's the problem with the game moving out to the 3-point line so much. You're like, oh, well, they keep getting these 2 points. Like everybody switched their game up to like, we're going to be high percentage shooters now. I look like Giannis is running the clock down. And again, he went straight to the hole. Lopez got the rebound. That's 2 points. But like, yeah, everybody still thinks, like, because look, if they go down 3 times and they hit three points, it's 9 points. So you're back in the game already. So, like
yeah,
everybody that's why you have guys just posted at the 3-point line now, is because it is a more efficient way to play. But if you have one of them wild games, like I always think about that Houston game, like that could ruin somebody's season in playoffs because you can miss they were 0 for 31. Like I still think about that sometimes because I was hoping Chris Paul would get his championship then. Like and James Harden too. I don't have anything against James Harden. I don't like the way he draws fouls, but I
yeah,
think he's one of the greatest scorers we've ever seen though. Like it's amazing what James Harden was doing. But yeah, so that's the reason why it doesn't work like that anymore. Back in the day when we were, when we were young, when we first were watching NBA, probably being like teenagers, like yeah, it'd be like 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. But Steph Curry single-handedly, I think he was one of the main people, the reason why, like, it's not a bad thing in my opinion. He's just like, he was shooting threes from so far out and so efficiently. And the whole Warriors team were like based around shooters. And I think the rest of the league was just like, oh, 3 points is worth more than two. I feel like everybody in the league just went and started working on that 3-point game. Like,
yeah.
they're shooting really well now too. Most teams do shoot well. So no, that's my 3-point rant. I've never got to. That's just my thoughts. So, like, I'm not even a huge. Not tell you, I'm more of a American football guy, but
Yeah,
yeah, that's just for me. Just I watch so much ESPN, and I kind of absorb what's going on in the NBA. All the time, and and that's my take on what happened to the league. So I'm gonna adjust my camera a little bit. I feel like my name is covering my face a little bit.
that's so good. But I mean, I
I'm not.
think obviously with the emergence of Steph and his ability to shoot threes, I think it changed the whole way that the game was played and
Yeah,
such. And I mean, at the time with Golden State, like it weren't just Steph. You then had Iguodala who could bang a three, Klay Thompson who could bang a three. Like it was just mad.
Klay Thompson is also one of the greatest playoff 3-point shooters of all. Like it was crazy. Like I didn't think that Chicago Bulls 90-70 win, was it 73 win season? I don't think that was ever going to get touched. That happened when I watched that happen when I was a kid. And yeah, man, they beat that. And that's when they beat that record. But that's when LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love had that amazing series where they came back from, I believe they came back from 3-1 down to beat the
3-1,
Warriors.
I believe it was. Yeah,
Because that was the first year, KD when KD was with the Oklahoma City, Kevin Durant was with Oklahoma City. They were up 3-1 on the Warriors and they lost. So people were like laughing about that for like a whole year. And then the Cavs, 2 years in a row, Cavs did it to the Warriors. But yeah, no, I just remember what was messing me up about Steph. What was like blowing my mind. It's just like in each NBA team, they all have this big logo in the center. And his feet, he was pulling up and his foot would be on the logo. And it was crazy. And I was like, he pulled up from the logo. And it just was like, it's just like blowing, like, oh my God, he shoot. Like that means you can't usually when teams play over the years, you would like, all right, if we're not pressing, I'm going to start defending this guy. Like when he gets close to the 3-point line, then I'm gonna step out to him. When Steph came in the league pulling up from as soon as he crossed half court, you got to at least get a body on him. And even then, what Steph was doing was crazy. I don't think it sucks though. If you go see any kids play now, like they're pulling up from like these little kids can't shoot yet, and they're just like if you watch any kids play, it's because of Steph and Steph's kind of like shooting his heir apparent. I wouldn't not directly. That's not the mean Dame Lillard at all in Portland, but Dame's that guy now too. Like Dame's been like pulling up from crazy distances now too. He's like the next. Like I said, I don't want to call him the next Steph because he's, that's disrespecting Dame. Dame is a great player, but yeah, he's the next one now. So I'll catch a Portland every now and then. I'll watch and see what he's going to do just because I know he's going to be shooting from like, damn near half court,
Yeah.
With confidently too. It ain't like they thinking about it and hesitate. Like as soon as they get to that spot, they're like confidently like pulling up. It's insane.
The Suns can't buy a bucket at the moment.
No. They're giving Paul a break now, which Chris Paul's this is terrible. I can't remember. Chris Paul's backup, the guy who played when he was hurt, has actually played well in the playoffs. 15 here. Let's see. Look, there you go. It's a good little bucket. You hope you can get a run going off of that.
Run going on, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look this up. If you can hold the defense.
It just shows that he's come on and he's been aggressive.
Payne. His name's Payne. Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne has played. I forgot his name, but they talk about him on ESPN all the time. Payne. It's good to see Payne when he's out there. You want Paul out there for the experience, and he can have like an insane game. But you just like, can he get these 2 games? Can Chris Paul give you 2 games? Now, Chris Paul is really old. I know his knees are probably wrecked right now. Not even trying to be funny. So
yeah.
Oh, it looks like they might have a goaltender. Looks like somebody from Phoenix might have pulled the net while the ball was going in. They didn't call it. There you go. He just hit a 3. That's what they needed. So I guess they're giving Booker a rest right now. Okay.
Hey, come on and make a name for yourself. This is it.
You know what, though? To be completely honest, the fact that I've been hearing his name and I don't really follow basketball that closely, I think he's set now. I think he's had a good enough playoffs where, like, if they got rid of him in Phoenix, or maybe he'll stay around depending on how long Chris Paul is. They just call Giannis on travel. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Sometimes they don't call. Sometimes, like, as the more I don't watch all the time, and I'll pop in and stuff. They've gotten so loose on these traveling calls, man. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like they just called Giannis, and it was like, go ahead.
What is actually like the consistency level of the officiating? Like, but it just seems like it's like all over the place. It's so big part, and it just depends on where you are as well.
Actually, I don't watch enough to say that I know how consistent it is. I'm surprised they call, like, a lot of officials. I don't think they would have called that traveling on Giannis. And then you got like that. What I like to call like that superstar, like luxury, like, like once you get a couple of MVPs and stuff, and like LeBron, like some stuff they don't get called for. Look, you gotta be that. If you're enough of a superstar, they let you. They're moving the ball around well. But yeah, sometimes superstars get the little luxury deal. Well, they'll let them have that step. That's why Giannis was kind of looking, but it was an obvious travel. My man took like, you're supposed to take 2 steps. My man took like 4 steps. There's another 3-pointer. Was that Crowder? Oh no, it was 23.
23.
There we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. They're down by 5 now. This is a 3-pointer. So Payne started the run with a 2, then Payne hit a 3,
and they all
and
run.
then 23 hit a 3. Now we got to run. If this guy
And they
drains
all
his 3
run.
right now,
Come on, let's make
he
this
just took
interesting. Come on.
yeah, Drew to foul. There you go. I don't worry too much about NBA unless it hits like they get like a close to a 20-point lead. Then I'm like, this could be bad, but
Yeah.
as long as it's under like 14, there's many shooters is in the league now. There's a chance.
Lopez.
There's a
All
chance.
right. So, if you had to choose, would you rather Michael Jordan not semi-retire for baseball or give Allen Iverson a ring?
I'll
give Iverson a ring.
I'll give Iverson a ring. Yeah. I was actually watching that Iverson game when like the Lakers were like like when the Lakers had Shaq and Kobe and they were like destroying people. Like I was watching those games, and that game 1 was so exciting when Iverson hit the 3 and then the guy fell and he steps over this guy, this young like little light-skinned kid with like long braids. That guy turned out to be Ty Lue, who's like he's a championship coach now. Yeah, Ty Lue. Yeah, and I'll never forget. Like every time I see Ty Lue, man, it's like he had a long career. I wouldn't say it was like extra like successful or anything. He won rings with the Lakers, but like I felt like staying in the league a long time, in my opinion. This is also a good thing because a lot of people don't make. I'm buffering again. Hopefully that's a commercial break. But yeah, the fact that and then he's coached some really good teams and stuff, and I was just laughing because I was thinking about it. So I feel so bad because every time I see him on the sideline somewhere, I think about AI stepping over and staring at him. Like it's so bad, man. But yeah, I was like, oh man, maybe the Sixers have a chance. Maybe AI could do it. They didn't win another game. The Lakers won 4 in a row, and they lost that series. Yeah, because it was bad. Like Prime Shaq was I don't know how much of that you got to see, but Prime Shaq was scary, man. And it's this poor guy. I felt bad because it was just like the defense was called Hack a Shaq. You just Shaq get the ball in the post, you just foul the hell out of him. And like he was a terrible free throw shooter.
Shoot a free throw, could he? Yeah, so
yeah. So but yeah, that old Hack a Shaq, but he still would like playoffs, like kind of like what Giannis is doing now, but to like a certain degree, being in the playoffs, averaging like 40 points a game, like the finals, like it's 40 and 20, 40 points, 20 boards. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous thinking back on that, man.
Question. So obviously, like once you have a team, you have a team, but do people tend to maybe not so much change team, but like if they were to say live in Houston and then they then move to like California,
usually
does that change? Like would they then go
90? I would say 90 to 95% of the time, whatever team you grew up with, that's what team you hold on to. But like sometimes you're like, I know somebody who was like, they were like a Rockets fan back in the day, but when they got older, when they were little, but when they got older, they spent part of their childhood in Atlanta, Georgia. So baseball wise, they were Braves fans because they started watching baseball when they moved to Atlanta. So it's like this guy's the Houston baseball team is the Astros. He didn't watch the Astros, so it's like that's the type of thing that can happen. You don't know what to trigger that, but usually I feel like it's a childhood thing, and it's like what you go with. And because I was just like a average basketball fan, but like Jordan was so much a part of my childhood. And when he left, I kind of was just like, I would kind of just watch basketball for fun when it was on in the playoffs and stuff when it was on. But yeah, because my senior year of high school, LeBron came into the league, and I remember it was this huge thing, like his first game. And we had a little first period TV show they would play with like a national broadcast. It was called Channel One News. And like they would play LeBron highlights on that little thing, that little news station. Yeah. And so I had like a Cavs jersey, but I never would call myself a Cavs fan. That was the first time in my life I ever felt like, I got just like LeBron. And so I didn't watch Miami Heat play a lot of basketball until he went to Miami. So I kind of like just root for LeBron. I was really happy with the bubble and stuff. He got to squeak out another championship with the Lakers, because I feel I do think MJ is better, Jordan, but I don't think I really don't think LeBron has a fair shot at it, because like the amount of time he's taken shitty teams to the finals is insane. It's insane. Like what has he been in the finals 10 times? Like it doesn't even make sense. That's like That's like old school Celtics numbers when the Celtics were winning the championship like through a whole decade in like the 60s. Like that's madness, man.
Yeah,
It's pretty mad, yeah.
So now 5-point game now.
Yep. Now you have my for some reason I'm buffering over here, so I keep having to I think I'm getting behind you now. We're like jumping back and forth.
Just taking turns.
Yeah, I'm at 31-26. Must be a lot of people watching. That's what I always figure is the problem over here.
Because Crowd doesn't know at the moment.
Yep, and he just passed it down to the post.
Yeah, that's a good pass.
Oh man. Of all the times to be buffering. There it is. I'm back now. I think I'm a little bit behind, so I'm back.
But yeah, the Suns need to just keep the pressure up because that 8-0 run has really brought them back into the game.
Yeah. So I got Chris Paul bringing the ball down the court right now.
You just missed the jumper.
Oh, okay, yeah. We're around. Yeah, you're like 1 second ahead of me.
Cool.
Okay, yeah. What was the game's competitive? Like, I feel like it would suck. So I have no idea what is going on right now. So, it's like no Wi-Fi like on the internet right now. No, so I'm taking my phone off the Wi-Fi just to be sure.
Yeah.
Golly, I'm just trying to figure out like all these Bucks fans are outside the stadium, man. But it's been 50 years. You know, that's gotta feel good for them.
Look who's tuned in.
Who's that?
Hey.
What up, Santi?
Oh my god.
Wait. Are you driving?
I am driving, yeah.
Why he has to be so much cooler than there? If he's usually standing up while he's streaming, you know, that's the power move. And then now he's like driving while streaming. Like he has to be so. Why you gotta be cooler than us, Santiago, man?
I gotta wear some sunglasses, you know, because the sun never sets on a badass.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
No, man, I was just saying hello because I've been doing errands, so that's why I'm just hopping in saying hi for a bit. How's the game going?
It's pretty good.
Very interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Bucks started off really, really strong. Well, actually, the whole game started bad. No one could buy a bucket. And then Bucks really took over, and then the Suns just recently went on a bit of a run. So they kind of just feeling each other out again.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go Suns.
3-point game.
3-point game
right now.
3-point game. All right, Santi, listen, don't get yourself into trouble being on the phone, you know.
Hey,
you guys, I'll try to get on a bit later. Bye.
Yeah, if you can.
All right, check in, man.
All right, sweet.
Oh man, he making us look bad, man. You know, we Americans, we reckless, man. That's what y'all probably think we do. Y'all probably think we're on our phone, like shooting a gun out of the car window and stuff. Oh, what you got there? What you got there?
Got myself a little cider.
Cider?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Cherry and berry cider.
Oh, that sounds really good right now. I got like one of my one of those little alcoholic seltzer things. It's called True. Yeah, I got that. But then I got some more like whiskey there. That whiskey had me reckless on that last stream though. I felt like I was like, man, let me chill out, man. This is gonna be like, you know, posted to the internet forever. If somebody stumbles across this.
Dave, listen, your boy Sandy is mad.
I don't know what the NHL finals are looking like right now. Maybe you ought to bring Dave on to do something for you. Could do some analysis, cover one of those, do like a hockey episode.
The finals are done. Tampa Bay.
They already did. Oh, Tampa.
Yeah.
Forgive me. They're usually at simultaneous with the NBA finals. Yeah. Oh my God, Dave, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry that is right. I did know that. I definitely knew that. They won back to back. This is their second year. Golly, man.
Oh, definitely. I think David gonna look to have you on like for a hockey 101 and such, just to learn the nuances of the game.
Maybe you could do like a season preview coming up when they. I'm not sure when they come back. I know NBA comes back like right before like December, November time period.
Yeah, that'd be wicked. That'd be wicked.
I've been trying to think about what. Oh yeah, we tied. We tied. That's why I'm not good at. That's why I'm not good at live streaming, because I want to just chat, and I look up again like, oh, we're level now.
No, but you know what? It's so key to chat, to be honest, because
yeah, no, I imagine. I can't imagine how difficult. Well, I listen to a lot of sports podcasts, and some of those people have done. So in broadcast, you got the play-by-play guy and the color guy, and it's just like, they're just like, you can't imagine how difficult that is. You really got to practice that skill to be able to do either one of them. Like even like the color guy to keep the conversation going, and then you see those games with the like a board game, like a blowout game, and people are talking about like, yeah, so I went and bought a used car that they just ramble on about things, and that it sucks. Was that Connaughton? Man's been on the ground more than he's been on his feet this year.
Yeah. Connaughton, isn't it?
Yeah, I think his name's Connaughton. That's how I said, but it might just be an accent.
Yeah.
The way we pronounce things,
Yeah, look, don't get me started on that.
I was saying something to Kaz the other day. I was like, bro, you sure I'm saying this wrong, or we got different accents, man? Like, this could be just like a totally, like, I might not be saying this technically wrong, but
was it potato? Was it one of those ones?
I forgot what it was. Oh, it was so how I was saying Dortmund, like I was saying Borussia. How do you say it? I could be saying it. I've never heard it like in real.
Say it again.
Borussia Dortmund.
Borussia.
Yeah. How am I supposed to say that?
Oh, it's Borussia.
Borussia.
Yeah.
However, I was saying it, I was just like, I don't know if I've ever paid attention to the commentators and stuff, like saying like I was like I really don't know, and I probably watched like 20 of their games this year, and like I was laughing because I was just thinking about like that was one of the ones I was like, it's just me being American, and I'm American Southerner, so I gotta probably my accent probably could be rough sometimes, but which I think for a Southerner, I think it's not that bad, for a Southerner.
Yeah, suns are up.
There we go.
But yes,
Drew trying to make something happen.
I've been fortunate to, I've traveled quite a bit, and a bit around Europe as well. I'm fortunate to have a wife who's been kind of supportive with that, in the sense of like, we've got this agreement, so whenever we do travel, I will try and find a sporting activity that we can go to, and on in reverse, she'll like find the most bougiest of restaurants. But I've got to just shut up and just, because she's coming to a sporting event. So like fortunately, like we've been to Signal Iduna Park, that's Borussia Dortmund Stadium. So we went to see a match there. We've been to PSG. We missed out on Roma's match, and that was Totti's last game because they changed the time of kickoff. Yeah, so we were flying out to Rome, and they changed the time of kickoff. So we thought it was a 7:45 kickoff. They changed it to 6. So by the time we got there, we were like, oh, like we've got tickets. Can we still come in? It's like, no, there's like a certain time limit that you can actually enter the ground.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And it's like, but it's not our fault. They changed, the times changed, and we didn't get any. And they were like, yeah, sometimes the times just change and stuff. So it was a bit annoying.
So what is it like going to, in foreign countries, going to like different, like the sporting events, man? Like, is it easy to get tickets, or you buy them ahead of time?
Yeah. So like, if I'm planning to go abroad, that's the first thing I look at. Okay, if I'm traveling, is there a sporting event happening? If it's not, can I shift the date of travel?
Yeah,
to cater for a sporting event. So like, even when it comes to like America, I've been fortunate to see the Heat.
37-34 Suns.
Yeah, they're by 3. I've been fortunate to see the Heat play, and that was with LeBron, Bosh, and Wade.
Oh yeah, so you was down there in the good years, yeah.
Yeah. So they played the Wizards. It was just a regular season game, And like we booked it from when we were in London. Like literally, like when we knew we were going to Miami, I looked at the schedule and I was like, I'm going to this game. So I went with my brother and my brother-in-law. And it didn't cost us that much, the tickets. That's what I've appreciated of like sports else other than in the UK. Because even like going to like getting tickets for PSG and stuff, it weren't expensive.
So, you know? So like if I, what am I trying to say? So I know we're going to go to Europe one day, and I'm real big into like I want to do like England first before we go anywhere. Like I love England. Like I have a history degree, and part of like my final like history paper was about England. Like I'm verified, like you know everything about like the history and stuff. So I want to definitely go there first.
Are you bothered about the climate?
Oh, I don't care about the weather. I'm talking about how easy would it be to hop to a football game is what I'm trying to say, like at a vacation. Like I don't know how hard those tickets are to come by as like like a non-ticket. Like I don't know how hard it would be. Like, I prefer to obviously see Man United, but like I almost don't care. I just want to experience a European football match.
Yeah. It all depends on the matches that are being played, the time of the year. So there's different factors. Unfortunately, from what I feel like some of the UK matches are quite expensive. For example, like there was a stage where Arsenal were charging like £70 for like a normal game, like and against like a Newcastle or something like that.
Yeah.
Palace games they range from like £20 to £30.
Okay.
You might get the odd 40 or 50 if it's like the Man United and the Chelseas and stuff, but it's all right. Whereas if you were to catch a game like in Serie A or the Bundesliga and stuff, if you're lucky to, like, you might be able to find them. They're not always as easy. You might have to just like scan around, but then you can possibly get a decent ticket for like 15, 20 euros.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah,
Well, so you telling me it's like, even though Arsenal hadn't necessarily been like the best because they're like a big team because it's in London, you think that's if a team's doing well, like a Chelsea tickets like super high because it's in London? Is that a factor, I should say?
I think the problem is the Premier League has become such a massive business that clubs can exploit their fans. So it ends up working out being cheaper to buy a season ticket over the period of time than picking selective games to go to.
Do you go to a lot of the Palace game? Like, do you have season tickets?
No, so because I'm still playing myself, and I'm trying to play.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I just played like Saturday League and such. I used to play semi-pro and that.
That's dope, man. I saw that little. I went back and looked at some of your video. I saw your little intro video with the skill, and I was just okay, hold up. So I didn't know if it was just like me being like, I shot basketballs when I was looking at it, like me just draining the jump shot. I didn't know if it was just like a baseline skill from playing as a kid, but no, it's obviously. I'm sorry, I'm nerd now. I was like, I think that's so cool, man. I'm sorry, that's pretty dope, man.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try and play as long as I can. But then
why not, man? Why not?
Once I've stopped, then I'm gonna grab myself a season ticket and get over to Palace a bit more and stuff. So
we have our second division here in America. It's called the USFL, and we have a local team where I'm at, the Charleston Battery, and I had plans like the tickets and the season tickets were so cheap. I was just like, man, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna get these, and then life started happening and some stuff.
This is it.
We can talk offline about that actually. Later if you want to, about like what was going on with me when I got out of the military. But it's good. Like now I was just I was teach. It's a thing called VIP Kids. I was teaching Chinese kids how to speak English. That was what I was doing. Like teaching from home and stuff. And man, some stuff came through. Thanks, man. And yeah, man, I got back on track, man, and I got a good gig in DC, man. So kind of doing some government stuff. So that's just for me, I'm just really excited about that. And it also I feel bad because it kind of sucks because I was like, man, it kind of sucks that I actually found some like so not that I'll actually have to go physically to a job. It's like it kind of sucks. I got some people to talk about. I don't know if you can tell, like just some real people for me to talk about football with is really cool with me. I got like one friend and he don't really follow it super hard, and we text about it every now and then. But no, man, a real life person to talk to football about is extremely dope for me. So
yeah. And you know what it is? It's just YouTube in general. Like it kind of brings the world together.
Yeah.
Like obviously a lot of people. Obviously, I'm new to this, and I've been getting lots of like encouraging words from people.
Still 39-36, Phoenix.
Chris guys Paul are watching live. Thanks for your patience with us. I know we're having like mad conversations.
To be fair, it came from commercial break. We're back at the game now. It was a commercial break. Yeah, 41-36 Phoenix. Chris Paul just hit a jumper.
I forgot to show you this, by the way, Jay. This was regarding when you said that the hockey season.
Oh, that's right. It's excited. They got a lot of famous Seattle athletes. It's a new expansion team, and a lot of Seattle athletes are gonna.
So I'm gonna make sure
like announce new teams.
Actually, David, could you put down the time of the draft and stuff? I'm gonna really try and keep an eye on that as well.
David, usually they have to keep the numbers even. They're only bringing in. I know they bought in the. You know what? It's gonna even back out because they bought in Vegas like 4 years ago. The Las Vegas Knights. So is that going to make it even? David, if you can answer that, like what's the number of teams in the league or each conference? Because usually from my growing up, when they introduce a team in sports, they bring in two, so one team can come to each conference. So like the NFL, the last expansion they had, where when I was a kid, it was they bought in the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Carolina Panthers.
All right,
and one for each conference, and they bought in a pair, and that's the last expansion we did. It's been it's just 16 a conference now for the NFL.
Back up to a 5-point lead. What I'll do actually, I'm gonna stick the link in, David. What we'll do at halftime, you can actually come and explain some of these nuances. I think it'll be quicker than typing. So if you want, you can jump on. So at halftime.
45-40. They took the basket back. 45-40 Phoenix.
Yep.
It's about a minute 10 left. They call that goaltending, I guess. Sometimes goaltending is a little bit iffy.
For those who may not know, or for those who are gonna obviously watch this in the future, explain the goaltending.
So if somebody's shooting the ball, usually it's going to be from the defensive point of view. But if somebody's shooting the ball and it's directly over the rim and it's going in, if you touch it in any way right when it's above the rim, that's goaltending. But what happened just then? It looks like Brook Lopez caught it like an alley-oop, but they took the points away. So I guess I can't hear the analysis. I'm guessing they call that offensive type of goaltending, which I didn't know that was a thing, to be honest with you, because he's on the same team. But it looks like he might have interfered with it. But yeah, if it's over the goal, like as a defensive player, because the guys can jump really high, so they could easily like swat it going out of the rim. But they made a room. It's called goaltending.
Gotcha. Oh, youngsters don't even hard done by that. But yeah, here's the foul.
Yeah, it was rough. So Giannis's folks, they're from Ghana. Is he Ghanaian? Is it Ghanaian is what you call that? It's a Nigerian.
I did not know, because obviously I knew he represents Greece in that, but
he had a kid on the other day, and I couldn't remember what team it was. It was a green kit, green national team kit.
Green tends to be Nigeria or even Sierra Leone.
Okay. Middleton just missed a three, and Chris Paul is bringing it down again.
Yeah. Skipped by him kind of easy.
All right, yeah, good for Chris Paul. 47-40 Phoenix.
Yeah. I think you're probably 1 second ahead of me now.
So yeah, one thing they said adjustment that they made in the first two games is where I think Drew Holiday would switch who he was defending, and I think because Drew probably the best defender on the team, so I think they just locked him on the Paul now on defense.
Yeah.
I think that made a difference with how Chris Paul was playing
This
because
could
Drew
be
Holiday
huge
was.
right before the half.
Oh yeah, was that a lead score? Okay, no, it's just a foul. But yeah, I think the Drew Holiday sticking to Chris Paul is very effective. It's kind of been affecting the game a bit. Oh, that replay was weird. They swapped the floor.
You're so angry, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like, what in the world? Like, I was so thrown off. Man, it is a lot. You know what? I feel good for them people, though. They think they might be about to win a championship, man. If that was my city, I'd be out too.
Look at that. Look at the scenes.
I'm not the type. I don't like crowds anymore, though. Now that I got a little older, like I would be on the periphery of that. Like I'd be like there, but I'd be like on the edges. But I would be claustrophobic on the inside. But I know if we won, I'd probably throw all that. You just throw all that away, you know.
5-point lead approaching the half.
3 seconds. 3 second inbound for Booker's probably going for a half court shot. Oh, good defense. To be honest.
Yeah, very good beat. And it's
That's
half time. It is half time. Just changed my little banner. I'm
trying so hard to talk about the game, dude. Like, all right, I'm trying to call the games because I'm sitting here and talk to you all day, man. Like the 8K, they switched to the 8K cam when they walking in the back. Apparently, there's only a handful.
Nice.
Apparently, they only have a handful of them. And the first time I saw one was like they were coming out for an NFL game and they were walking onto the field. I thought it's odd. I thought it was one of those like high-end video game animations. You know, it was like the video game animations, like the cutscenes get so advanced that they look realistic on the cutscene. I thought that's what was happening. That was my first time seeing one. I was like, no, that's an 8K. I was like, what is it? Like, it looks so real. It looked fake. Yeah.
Absolutely unreal. So there's 47-42 at the moment, isn't it? So let me save that.
All right, I'm switching to whiskey. That's what we're at halftime.
All right, make sure you stay in, boy. If this is how Jay's drinking, make sure you stay in, boy. It could get exciting.
Start ranting about Shosar and my boy. Which, by the way, I was telling my wife about this. I told you and Leo and Cass exactly what Southgate was going to do. We can go refer to that stream. I was like, he's going to bullshit and try to get the kicks. And I said they were going to go one. I said I didn't know who was going to win when they got the kicks. I thought England would do better, but I was watching that happen and watching that stream. It was making me so mad. Like, I feel like I don't have anybody else to rant to this about. So I'm sorry I'm bringing this up again, but he made me so mad.
Why you making me relive this, please? Like, I'm actually not,
because I'm so mad. Like, you could go out on the street and talk to somebody about this. Like, nobody where I'm at gives a shit about like England losing the final of the Euros. Like, I was bad, man. Oh my God, I was so mad. I was mad that I called it. I was mad that I called it on that show. I said, I think he's going to bullshit it, man, and play like a coward. And what did he do? He did just that. I hadn't even got the whiskey all the way out yet.
Yeah, mad frustrating. Mad frustrating.
You know, it's frustrating for me because I'm just like I was telling you, like I'm still like I only like the last year or more I've been like, you know, I made a conscious decision, like I'm going to focus on football so I can learn it, because the last few years I had like I really, you know, I watched football my whole life, so it's a lot of stuff and nuances I know. But the last few years, I got onto the Athletic and I started reading articles, and like I followed Twitters that like broke down like NFL tactics and like college football tactics and schemes and stuff. Like, you know, there's people that talk about that throughout the week. Like, look at what this guy did, and this changed the way they played it, and this is how he got the intercept. You know, so like I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to start paying more attention to football, like European football, like that. And I really did, man. And so like it hurt even more because I'm like, I'm not even like that in depth on this, and I could see, you know what I mean? Like, you know, that was the frustrating part for me. Like, I'm seeing this, and I have an amateur eye, and I'm freaking seeing this, you know, like, you know, like if I could call the same thing in an NFL game, it's like, okay, I've been watching NFL for like, you know, 25 years.
Yeah.
And I've been watching football. I played football for like 10 years. So like, I'm not an expert, but I could call some craziness out. I understand that from years of watching, but I don't even have that for football, for European football. It's just, okay. That's my rant on that, man. That's just, oh my God, that's so disappointing, man. I'm not even English. It still make me mad.
You're taking me to a very dark place at the moment, Jay.
Oh my God, man.
Anyway, what's your thoughts on the first half?
The first half, it's been a fun. I was glad about the intensity that came out. They came out strong, and like, they weren't making a lot of shots. And then my big thing is like nobody's got I don't like to watch like NBA blowouts because it starts to feel bad, So it's like they're both still in it, and we have a competitive game. But Phoenix finally came around after you said it, man. The streakiness of NBA, the streakiness. These are two, really good teams. And to be honest, part of why they're in the finals is because they're probably like the least injured teams left, so they're good team. They might not be the two best teams, but they're two like really great teams that are playing really good basketball right now. And because of the teams that made it, a lot of people on Twitter were like, this is going to be the worst finals ever. And, no, man, this has probably been one of the somebody I follow, Bomani Jones, brought up a good point. This is probably the best finals since like, as far as like pure basketball and like competitiveness, like since like 2013. And that was I think that was one of the Heat finals, or maybe the Heat match. I have to double check that. I think that I had to double check that. But yeah, man, that was I'm glad to see some good basketball. I'm glad to see some good basketball. Once everybody got might have been a little jittery at first, but once everybody got warm, the shots started falling, so
yeah, it's definitely warmed up. Right. The main man's here.
Hey.
There he is.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
How's it going?
All good.
Good.
Just to bring a bit of context, it's 3:17 in the morning now.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, man. It's got to be like 3 over there. I was just telling my wife. Rich,
we got so into the chat, I forgot it was morning time. I first said I was feeling bad for you, but the more we started watching, I just completely forgot, man.
He's a trooper.
He's doing good.
Honestly, no, I appreciate it. I think me watching it with you guys is making it easier, actually. Like I feel like if I was sitting there by myself, I might be like.
It's like Jai was just saying, it's a good game too. It could be a blowout, which you never want to see in like a game 6. No. It's been good so far. Yeah, I'm glad to see the Suns have like come back in the second quarter.
They were down by about 12 at one stage, I believe. So
they really showed up in the second. Slow start though.
That's like my worry threshold. Once you get past like 15, it could be in there. But because of the 3-point game, like I was explaining to Rich, like it's never, if it's under 20, even later on. I mean, earlier on, you can still come back, but the 3-point game, like, you make a couple of threes, bam, you're right back. Momentum switches, you're right back in the game. And, honestly, whoever gets hot, a lot of what they do now, just keep feeding them, man. If they get hot, keep letting them shoot. That's why campaign, man, people were saying he needed to get some more minutes, but, you got you really can't have him, Booker, and CP3 on the floor at the same time, so. Yeah.
We'll see how it goes here. Just hoping for that, like Santi said, for that game 7. But
yeah. Hey, before you get into the hockey talk, I listened to a famous sports podcast, Dan Lebertar's show, and one of the guys on the show, he's obviously he's a parody of a sports take guy, but Stu Gatz, but he brought up a good point, I thought. About at what point when you're trying to save your job do you take a Chris Paul off, if he was having you would call in England, if he was having a shocker, right? and at what point do you I just gotta stick campaigning here, or in another series, Ben Simmons was having a horrible series, and I think it's mental with Ben Simmons because he doesn't shoot well, and he's known for not having a jump, and he could be one of the best players in the league if he had a shot. So my question to y'all is at what point, you can even use this in European, football. At what point do you take out one of your better players and if it's like if the championship's on the line or like a European tournament, like, do you leave your best guy in if he's just been bad all day? Or do you like basketball? You can switch him in and out, so it's not as much of a problem. NFL the same way. That was actually he's the guy I was talking about. Stu, he does parodies. He's a parody of like a real analyst. But I thought that was a good point, man. Like Ben Simmons, the way he was playing in that Philadelphia game. Like at what point that his coach Doc Rivers should have been like, you know what, man, his head's not in it. I think that's his main issue, in my opinion. Like, man, we got to get him out of here. I got to, try for this win or try to save my job,
I guess I can relate that to like the English national team best, if anything. Like, obviously, when you joined us on the watch-alongs with KG, we were just screaming at that, like Mason Mount, Harry Kane. They weren't having the best of the games, but do you risk taking off a player who could actually win you a game? And it's a very fine line, risk and reward, So I don't know. I mean, it's easy for me as a man to be like, take him off.
It was Mount for me. I would have left Kane on. But it was like I kept trying. Like, what is everybody seeing?
David, let's not even this England talk. I'm rattled. I'm so rattled. David, talk hockey, please, because I'm going to get annoyed. England national team have really peed me off. I'm so annoyed.
I'm sorry for bringing it up, man. I'm sorry.
I was just thinking how to relate your question to like all that's popping up because I'm a hockey guy, obviously, and like all that's popping up into my head is how often. To be honest with you, Jai, like how often I see that in hockey and in the NHL, like it's very common for, in multiple aspects, but especially in like pulling the goalie, right? They call pulling the goalie. So, the netminder will let in like maybe 2 goals only. And it's maybe so there's 3 periods in hockey. Maybe it's the second period. Maybe it's even the first period. And a coach oftentimes will pull a goalie. Sorry, I'm like all colorful. It's because the TV's right here.
Yeah, I was watching the lights. It was hilarious.
It's like I'm at a show or something. No, I'm just in front of the TV.
Where's the techno music at?
Right, exactly. No, but yeah, like a lot of times in hockey, you'll see kind of like drastic moves, I suppose, in order to kind of wake up the team. And so the first thing will be pulling the goalie, maybe even after just 2 or 3 goals. And a lot of times it's not their fault. It's kind of more it's like a momentum thing. It's like kind of to spark the team. If anything, it's like, hey, you guys are screwing up.
So can you is it like the other like American League that can you switch players back in and out, or once they're sub are they gone like baseball or soccer or football?
That's a really good question. You don't usually see it, but sometimes the thing is that they can only have 2 goalies dressed. Yeah. So if the replacement is injured, then the other one can come back in because there's no one else with the equipment already on, and it's kind of like waste a bunch of time. So in certain cases, the starter can come back in, but usually it has to be like a clear injury. You can't just sit there and like switch back and forth, But yeah, and then also just hockey is similar to basketball in that like there are people on the bench that can come in kind of at any time. So in hockey, the bench is constantly revolving, right? You have 4 lines that they call it rolling 4 lines. And so the 4 lines of offensive players and triplets kind of come out. And they, in hockey, they switch lines like as the game is playing. They do so in stoppages, but also as the game is playing, so like they can dump a puck into the other side and you'll see the players like jump over the bench and start.
Yeah. I've seen them jumping over like to come in. It's really cool, yeah.
So like they make changes on the fly, like during the game. Right. And so anyways, there are certain coaches out there in the NHL, especially that are ruthless. Like the star players, they don't give a shit. Like, sorry. but like they're like, nope, you're not doing your job tonight. Like you're not checking, you're not playing hard. Nope. Like we're gonna play the third line and we don't care. Other sports, obviously, they like certain stars have a little bit more leniency, I would say. But no, I think your point is completely valid in terms of like sometimes guys just don't. We all have bad days. It doesn't matter what we do, like athletes or not. Like we all are just kind of off sometimes, and then other times we're on. Like it just kind of depends. And I think that it's a coach's job to kind of read that, like if players aren't on you, that's a job of a good coach. If you can see that and you can read that early, make the change,
I think there's only a few people that are exempt from that.
Sure.
like yep. I know Harry Kane was doing, wasn't having a bet like for England, but you kind of got to leave him on because he can make something happen. But
yeah.
Everybody else I felt like was free game in my opinion, And again, so I'm sure there's like hockey players like that too. That's just like, well, this guy will probably make something happen. But I'm not gonna be rude. I'm gonna take a little. I'm gonna step out and take a little bathroom break in between before we come back here. Yeah. So
maybe you can use this opportunity to talk about the Kraken draft actually.
Oh man, that sucks. Okay. Well, you can go ahead. You go ahead. I'll figure it out later.
Go and come back, and then David will talk about it then. Because I know he really wants to hear it. So
yeah, no worries.
And so what's your thoughts on the game as well so far?
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, it's like I said, it's good to see. Like, I mean, the Suns started off really, really slow, and it was worrisome as somebody who's, I mean, obviously rooting for the Suns. Yeah, in the first quarter, it almost looked like Giannis and the Bucks were going to be able to kind of just run away with it, and that's switched around here after the second. And I guess it looks like the third just started.
Yeah, I know I'm definitely a little bit behind you, but yeah, it's just started now.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah, so we'll see. I think Chris Paul looked a little nervous to start, to be honest with you, and maybe still looks a little nervous just by his like aneurysms and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Maybe I'm reading into it a bit too much, but he seems kind of the pressure's on.
Yeah, and I was saying to Jay during the street, I think the whole aspect of them, Foster being the official, could be weighing on his mind.
Yeah, I think so. And I don't know if you saw or if you guys touched on it earlier, but he had a long conversation with the ref prior to the game. Like just before the game, he had like obviously we couldn't hear what they were saying, but they had it on camera, them like speaking real close together, and it looked, I don't know how to say it, like intense, kind of like they were having a serious conversation. So that's interesting. So far, I haven't seen any wrong fouls against Paul or anything like that. So, but I don't know. The Bucks are behind. At my point right now, just a point. It's 49-48. I think I'm a little bit ahead of you, maybe, but the Bucks look more comfortable. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they're at home. But for whatever reason, the Suns look a little bit more nervous. Maybe that's a good thing because they know what's on the line here. But the Bucks kind of look comfortable. They look like they're just playing another basketball game.
Yeah,
and they got the most on the line right now.
What's up?
The Suns have the most on the line right now, though. So
yeah, no, they do. They should be looking like that. Maybe they should be playing with that kind of desperation. But I don't know. Sometimes the comfortable team wins, I guess it just depends. Like when it gets down to the wire here, which obviously it will, it's pretty close at this point. So unless somebody kind of breaks out here, I think we're going to have one of those long 2-minute finishes. 2 minutes that takes 22 minutes.
Those are the worst, man. The ball keeps going out of. They keep fouling, and
yeah.
Oh man, that's part of the game, though.
Yeah.
David, now that Jay's back, you can explain the Kraken draft.
It's crazy. It's wild. Man, I've been hearing a lot of news over the past couple nights, or couple days here, about like the potential prospects that they're going after. As I kind of touched on the other night, they can pick basically a player from every team, except for the Vegas Golden Knights, because the Vegas Golden Knights are the newest expansion team, so they can pick 30 players from the 30 teams aside from Vegas. My favorite team is the Calgary Flames, and the captain of the Calgary Flames, the longtime captain, Mark Giordano, he's their star defenseman who won the Norris Trophy just a couple years ago for the best defenseman in the NHL, is being targeted. He was not protected on Calgary's list, and he's being targeted by the Kraken. So for me personally, that's disappointing. It's like they're about to steal one of my favorite players, essentially. And that just kind of goes to show how kind of ruthless this whole draft process is. Like, it's weird. We were talking about it the other night, but like if this were to happen in other leagues, or it would be insane. And it really isn't. It will change a lot for my team, for all teams across the board. And it's interesting too. Like, the really interesting part about it is that Vegas was so successful.
They went to the finals that first year, didn't they?
They went to the finals their first year. And so there's a lot of jokes about, like, Seattle has to follow that up or they suck, you know?
That's not fair at all.
And generally, that's just not the expectation of expansion teams. Like, generally, expansion teams are given a little bit more rope, like leniency. And that's with Seattle, Vegas has set the bar high for Seattle. And that's so, I don't know. That being said, the division that they're going into, the Pacific Division with the Calgary Flames, as I mentioned, my team is not that strong, admittedly. The Pacific is probably the best team for Seattle to be entering at this point in terms of actually being able to compete right off the bat. There's 3 California teams in that division: the LA Kings, the Anaheim Ducks, and the San Jose Sharks, all of which are kind of rebuilding right now, kind of in that phase of like they have a lot of young players and whatnot. So they're not really going to be that much different than Seattle. So yeah, there's a lot of moving parts.
Sorry to cut you, David. Chris Paul can't buy a bucket right now.
Yeah, I was just seeing that as I was talking. He just keeps getting robbed here.
Where's your time at, Rich?
8:18 to go.
Okay.
I'm slightly behind David.
Yeah, you slightly behind me too.
I have an image up here. I can't see the time on the screen right now, but
so David,
8:08 right now.
David, the question I had before you go out, so they had the NHL ran with an uneven amount of teams.
Yeah,
like, did they have
a couple years there? Yeah,
I never knew it was. I never thought about it until now. Like when they're adding the Crackers, I was like, oh, this should actually even it out. But that's, I don't know. Like part of me is just like, you gotta have 2, like the Sith or something. There's always 2 of them, when you expand.
It was kind of like I said, they were planning on it, but they kind of just dealt with having it uneven for a few years there, just because Seattle had to get their building built, like their stadium built and all that. And there was also some debate between Seattle and another city. Actually, I think it was Houston, and Quebec City, maybe in Canada. So man, that crowd in Milwaukee is ridiculous.
Yeah, the outdoor scene is wild, man.
Yeah, it's good to see, man. I'm sorry, but obviously I hope everyone stays healthy and all of that, but it's good to see kind of things like kind of going back to normal, you know. Yeah, hopefully it's not too risky, but like
some folks out here living reckless though, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm not judging. I got vaccinated. I'm not judging anybody else's life decisions, but
that's what I'm
scary,
thinking,
man.
I'm like, hopefully they're all whatever vaccinated and stuff, but
I'm more worried than anything else. I'm more like I'm more worried, you know, like I feel like get it or not, but it's scary. The people
I was thinking the same thing earlier. I'm just like, it's so built in already for like after the past couple years for that kind of crowd to be dangerous, you know. I'm like, what are they doing? So it's a little bit like, I don't know if it's premature, and maybe I'm like overly hopeful that like things just are over, but even though they're not yet. So yeah, anyways.
I mean, look, dude, I don't know. I feel like it got pretty bad to where like some of the more extreme news people, which were like, you know, skeptical about the vaccine, pretty much came out the other day. It was Fox News here is our extreme right station, you know, in America, and they you know, they usually been like anti-vaccine, you know, or I feel like a couple of those people even came out and was like, hey man, COVID's deadly. Please go get vaccinated. And I was like, I wondered if they get a call from like their lawyers or the higher ups, like, hey, y'all can't keep talking this madness, man. Y'all gotta, because you know, because they don't directly tell you to do something or not. They just imply stuff. And I'm not gonna get into politics, but
sure,
you know, I'm more of a neutral guy myself, just putting it out there. But
those guys are crazy though. You're right.
Extremists are scary, but I hope these
extremists,
people are safe, man. I hope they're being super safe out there, man. I just don't want
it's,
you know.
Looking at that crowd, it's kind of like, it's like I said, like it's good to see, but
absolutely, man.
In a way, like it's exciting because like that's what we're used to, but at the same time, it's like we said, it's like we touched on, like might be a little early even still. So yeah,
I can't wait to get full stadium on American football back, because like watching the Euros with crowds, watching the Euros with the European football with crowds, like even that was like I could feel it. You could just feel the intensity already, and even like
I got a ticket to the Texas A&M Aggies game for my brother and my dad in September, like late September.
Who are they playing?
New Mexico.
Okay,
nothing too special, you know, but we hope to just see them crush.
I was just making sure it wasn't an LSU game, you know.
No, yeah. Tickets, to be honest with you. I was just trying to go after the like more affordable tickets, I guess, because Aggies games can get kind of expensive, but even for an alumni, excuse me. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm, like I said, hopefully everything's like safe by then. Man. No way of telling, but
I mean, you can only protect yourself, man.
Myself, and gosh, since well before the pandemic, really. I mean, it's been a while, because since like just before the pandemic, I had my daughter and all that. So yeah, been a while since I've been to a game of any kind.
Last one from me, David. What time is the actual Kraken draft?
You know, you asked that earlier. I meant to look it up. I don't know. I believe it's 6 Eastern in the U.S., but let me double check.
Say I can look if you want to chat some more.
Say that again, Jay.
I was telling him he wouldn't look. I was telling him if he wanted to chat, I would have looked that up for him.
Oh my gosh, Google is stupid sometimes.
I just messaged a couple of my buddies, so if you see somebody put something silly in the chat, Rich, that's probably my friends. A couple of my friends.
That's cool.
All right, so it's 8 Eastern in the U.S.
Oh man, you catch that Thursday?
Just look it up later. I mean, live, I don't know how much of a. To be honest with you, I've heard that they've already put their picks in, and that they're just doing a televised thing just for hockey fans, kind of tomorrow night. But the picks are already in. I've heard rumors that my guy from Calgary, Mark Giordano, has already been picked.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Is it NBC? What channel is the draft going to be on?
Another good question. I believe it's ESPN Plus or ESPN 2.
Are they switching over from NBC? Were you saying that the other day?
They are, yeah, and I believe it starts with this draft, but I've been wrong before, so don't take my word on that.
I don't usually like love the like monopoly of companies owning all like one like product, but like the fact that I have an ESPN Plus subscription with like my Disney Plus, like I'm like they can have it. Oh my god! Look, there's a story to this, guys. There's a story to this. I had to. The reason I retired out of the Army early is because I lost sight in my left eye, and so I'm blind. I'm blind in my left eye. It still functions, but I'm mostly blind in my left eye. So, of course, my friend, the first thing he did was bought me an eye patch, and I never wear it because like I could still see a little bit in my left eye. So but yeah. So of course he would say that. But yeah, he's a terrible person. Don't listen to any of his comments.
Oh man. Hey, well, you guys are the best. It was good talking a little hockey with you. I'm gonna get going here. I have an early morning tomorrow, so I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try to stick through the rest of this game here. What is it? I'm 5:09 in the third.
Oh wow, I'm 5:38. So you got a hardline cable, huh? So I'm streaming ESPN.
Okay, yeah. I won't spoil anything here, but good game.
Thanks for jumping on though.
All right, yeah. Thanks.
Oh, hey, yeah.
It's Jay, David. Awesome. It's I go by Jay. It's Jay.
Oh, Jay. Hey, I'm sorry,
Jason.
Man. Appreciate you.
No. I just I'm not offended. I just wanted to let you know, like it's okay.
Yeah.
But it always looks like that. Yeah, it always looks like that. I've been called that a million times.
Hey, I hear you. All right, Jay, I got it.
I feel like we're buds now, so I had to let you know.
Hey. Cheers, guys.
He's talking now. See you later.
It's that Houston, Texas summer pills.
Oh man, that looks interesting, man. I always try random breweries, man. I love it.
It's good stuff, St. Arnold. All right, you guys have a great night. Go Suns here. See you, bud.
Yeah. Go Suns for another stream, man. All right, yeah, 66-61 Milwaukee.
Yeah. Lopez just sunk it. Suns are going through their best. What would you say is the most important quarter?
I think for the Suns is going to be the fourth quarter because I saw a stat the other day where like it was comparing Chris Middleton to Devin Booker, and Devin Booker, they both had good points per game in the fourth quarter, but Devin Booker didn't have any assists. And I noticed the last game I watched, like the Suns' whole offense was ISO Devin Booker and everybody else just kind of stand around. So I'm hoping they observe that, and I'm hoping in the fourth quarter of this game, Devin Booker maybe can distribute a little bit more instead of trying to take it all on himself because he was scoring a lot of points, but you can't do it. He needs to distribute the ball, man, because that's how he got ripped. And then the guy got to steal. We used to call that rip when I was a kid. He got the ball ripped, and they had that beautiful alley-oop to Giannis, from Drew Holiday. And so that was pretty much all caused by him ISO again, over and over again. So, if he had maybe distributed the ball a little bit more. So I think, for this series, I think fourth quarter and in particular, Devin Booker needs to spread it out.
Yeah.
So Thursday, okay. Yeah, Thursday is going to be the game if necessary. So, yeah, okay.
So Thursday for you, Friday morning for me. Just remember that.
Are you really hoping the Suns win?
Yeah, because I think I love the thought of a Game 7. I just like in any sort of series.
That's not something common. You get the experience too, being in Europe, right?
We don't do series like that.
Yeah, you got tournaments, and then
this is it.
the whole the Premier League thing. You play your 38 games, and that's it. I do think it'd be fun if they, like, in the middle of the year, could figure out Crowder just ran 66, 68. Milwaukee in the league. I do think it'd be fun if, like, in the middle of the year, they could kind of tell, like, the top, like, 6, 7 teams. They might have an idea of what they might do, and, like, if they could, like, just jack with the schedule a little bit the last couple of weeks, if they could, like, somehow get that make the games more important, like the last Man United game was against Wolves, and luckily our second stringers beat Wolves, and, like, but it was still a good game because it was like our second team, I guess you call in English football, called second stringers here in the US.
Second string reserves. There's so many different names.
Yeah. Sometimes I think about my phrasing when I use things. I'm like, what's the correct term for this?
No, you just do you. And if anything that obviously needs clarification, then I'll ask as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me know as well. I'm trying to get the language right, so I can sound like I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking to somebody.
As long as you don't call football soccer, we're good.
Yeah, sometimes it slips through, but I'm usually good about it. It's just funny. I'll chat my wife about something, and she's a football soccer, so I'll be talking about like I'll be just get through watching the stream or something, like, yeah, football. She's like, wait, you talking about soccer? Like, oh yeah, so if I switch it off, I try to call it football, but I think it's funny too. When they do, like, an interview, a lot of times with our national team players, even the ones that play in, like, the MLS and stuff, a lot of times you'll hear them call it football too. And I think I always thought that was cool. I'm like, they know what's up too, man. Like, I don't know. I never looked it up, but I don't know what the hell we were thinking. Like, just soccer? Like, where did it even come from, man?
Very good question.
I keep meaning to research that and, like, bring that up in, like, a discussion one day, but I don't have
it.
From
the moment you lot were doing penalty shootouts from the halfway line, I just knew you're not serious.
Wait, what? What are we doing? You talking MLS?
Oh, you did. I think back in the MLS. So for a penalty shootout, they will dribble from, like, the halfway line. Like, similar to, how hockey is, ice hockey.
Yeah, they skate up, and it's really cool in hockey. Yeah.
That's how penalties used to be taken.
I had no idea. I'm gonna look this up after the game, like, immediately after this. I apologize on behalf of America. I had no idea. Which, like, for, like, an all-star game or something, like an all-star game, like a special event.
Let me see if I can send you something.
It might be fun to do. Like, I'm thinking, like, if it was just like I know we do all-star games here. I don't think y'all ever do that. And I feel like the all-star game is like the national teams. All the best players come out. But, like, they probably do, like, an MLS all-star game where they used to play against, like, a European side. Like, one year they played against, like, Madrid, I think, or Manchester United. They just play a good European side, the best. But if they do, like, a MLS, like, 1-on-1 conference versus conference all-star game, I think that would be fun, because that's, like, that's what those all-star games are about. Like, for the NBA,
they used to do it quite a bit back in the day, whether it's for, like, a charity and stuff. I guess because of the intensity of just the amount of football that's being played these days now.
I feel like y'all be in England roasting us about that the halfway line, like, penalty shootout. Like, I got immediately embarrassed. I was like, I don't claim that. They made my people, man. I don't know who did that. I immediately start backpedaling.
Yeah, I've just sent you a link.
Oh my god. I don't even want to click it. I'm so embarrassed. Oh, man. Bro, I'm just trying to get US some respect on the national stage, or the international stage, man.
I mean, you've come a long way. It's a lot better now, to be fair.
Oh, that's from '96 too. Okay, they really, I think they was probably trying to take the hockey example and get get more people. I feel like now we're way better, but back in the '90s, like we were trying desperately to get people to watch. I think we had Pele playing for one of our first teams. New York Cosmos was the name of the team. They still sell, like, I still see Cosmos throwback jerseys, but they were like trying to get Americans to watch it. And we even somehow got Pele up here to play. And I'm not gonna lie, that looks fun, but like for a serious moment, like at the end of a game, like I would not want to see that, because I feel like no. But to me, that's still kind of, it looked fun though. It looked fun, but we don't need that in an official capacity anywhere. No, we just need a one-on-one from the spot, man.
This is it.
From the spot. Oh man, I tell you, I learned something every time, man. You really, like, I had no clue about that. I feel like they buried that and have had like a disgusting secret in the United States soccer history. It was like we will never talk about this again.
Yeah, they better leave that one in the museum, boy. I tell you that for free.
God. You would bring that one out after I started drinking whiskey too. You brought that out at the correct time, bro. Oh man, yeah. Still on commercial break. I keep seeing this new M. Night Shyamalan movie called Old, and I'm very fascinated. I'm hoping that goes to. I'm not big on going back to theaters right now. I'm good to hold out on that. So I'm hoping that I've been enjoying movies going to HBO, just playing like $30, $30 and watching it on HBO Max. The movies that have an HBO deal, that's been really nice. But it looks like the movie, man, Milwaukee's so intense right now. I keep getting jealous. Like I say, I don't like crowds, but they're having so much fun out there. But yeah, the concept of this movie is these people are on vacation at this isolated beach, and the beach ages you super fast. M. Night Shyamalan always have like these movies with this twist. So it's coming out. I think it's coming out this weekend. So it'll be fun to watch that. And Ted Lasso's coming out this weekend.
Out Friday.
Yeah. Wait, is Chris Paul have on his full? Did I see him in a full jumpsuit?
I don't know. But he's having a much better game, though.
Yeah, he is. 69-73 Milwaukee in the lead right now. But maybe he's trying to keep his because I'm seeing a full jumpsuit. I'm thinking he might be hurt, but sometimes people try to keep their like I used to do like weightlifting, Olympic weightlifting, and you wear knee sleeve, keep your knees warm. So maybe they're trying to keep his keep warm, with the suit on, because I don't know, it scared me. I don't want him to be out of the game,
I'm assuming like these arenas are like really heavily air conditioned to keep the place cool.
Yeah, I'm sure the temps are good. Like I never see, like, you see people wearing all kind of stuff, but there was a game I want to say could have been like 8 to 10 years ago in San Antonio Spurs. They're in the southern United States. It's in Texas. It's actually at the very bottom of Texas, almost in Mexico. And I think it was it the Spurs, or was it was a LeBron game? He might have been playing the Spurs, but the air went out in the stadium. And I felt so like they were hurting, dude. They had fans on the sideline, like the AC went out. So it's something I never really think about. You never really think about much, but usually I'm sure they got that temperature right on point where even if you're playing pretty hard, you should be good to go.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking, like everybody's wearing their full jumpsuit on the sideline, even like the regular bench players too.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so it might be actually a little cool in there if you're not moving around, to be honest.
Giannis keeps making his way to the line.
Yeah, last time I looked, he was 11-17, which as long as he keeps it above 50% for him, that's pretty good. Yeah. But he already has 18? Did I read that wrong? Okay, now I gotta look up the stats.
18 and 30. Wow.
Yeah, that's why I was checking on. I know we was talking about hockey with Dave and stuff, but that's pretty impressive. let's see. Giannis is on 37 points right now, so that's absolutely right. We'll just I could run across the stats on my phone. I'll start at Phoenix at the top. Crowder, 11 points, 9 boards, 0 assists. DeAndre Ayton, 10 and 5, 0 assists. Chris Paul, 17 on the 1 rebound with 5 assists. Was Chris Paul's doing all right. Booker is having a better game because he only had like 4 points in the first half, but now he's at 13 points total. And he just scored again. There you go. 73-77 Milwaukee. Let's see. Milwaukee campaign off the bench who's been playing super well. 10 points, 1 rebound, 2 for 2 from 3. So PJ Tucker for the Bucks has 0 points. Giannis has 37, 1 assist but 10 rebounds, so he's having another amazing game. Chris Middleton, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 for 4 from 3 though, not the best 3 night. Brook Lopez, 10 points, 8 rebounds. Drew, he's been playing pretty good. And Drew Holiday is 9 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. Unknown number. I don't have the. You can't really get the defensive. You can watch. You can't really get the defensive thing going with Holiday. Let's see. Oh, never mind. He has 3 steals, so he's fit. And Middleton has 4 steals. I had the expanded stats on ESPN. Let's see the expanded stats for the Suns. Let's see. Crowder has 3 steals. Bridges, small forward, has 2 steals. Aiden has 2 steals and 2 blocks as well. Chris Paul has 1 steal. And let's see.
It's interesting looking like the points for the. It's a lot more spread out for the Suns.
Yeah.
Booker's only on 13.
But the way he's been playing, for the way he's been playing the 4th quarter, he could still end up with like 30. If he gets hot again, if he gets a hot hand. But they're down 2 points. Definitely still in this. I feel like they just hacked Giannis just there. You're probably about to see that.
That's a good steal there.
Okay. Yeah, they probably could have called a foul, but yeah, I think that was a good no call. Maybe he got to put the ball there.
Yeah, that's fine.
God, look like Giannis is gonna sit for a little bit. Beginning of the 4th quarter. I mean, shoot, man, he got 37 points, man. He's might be a 50-point game tonight, to close the series. Campaign bringing it down. Now I think he's gonna be the salvation, man. It's just I personally think you should try to get him, Paul, and Booker on there, but I think you can't sacrifice a big man. You got too many Lopez, and you got Giannis in there, and it's gonna be rough if you take him out.
That's a great D.
Yeah, I like that the NBA the last couple of years they snuck some they low key. It's not like European football. They low key snuck some ads in there, like right on the like shoulder. Like Phoenix has the PayPal, and I think Milwaukee has Motorola. Looks like.
I mean, I do love American sports, right? But the amount of adverts, commercial breaks, oh my days.
I will defend us by saying that the biggest game in the rest of the world plays in 45-minute blocks. So y'all are spoiled. I enjoy watching European football, because I'm like, boom, we got straight action. Sometimes it's slow, but it's straight, but I had to learn the hard way. One of the worst things about it is just like, it's slow. Nobody's been doing anything. I can run to I could run, to the bathroom real quick and be back in like 2 minutes. And then you just missed the most amazing goal. Like you don't want to see the replay. You want to watch it happen live. I'm sure y'all have been dealing with that your whole life. In American, I could just wait for a commercial break and boom, I could pop out. But it's a different game, man. It's different.
End of third, and we're level.
Man,
this is intense. Wow.
I'm glad the game that I finally, watched the whole game, and you got me to, thank you for asking me over for a live stream. And I'm glad it's a good game to watch. It's oh my god, you don't want to watch a slow game during this. So, man, one weekend, man, we're gonna have to live stream an LSU game or a Dallas Cowboys game. Those are my teams. I feel like
I'm even thinking of because I know Hard Knocks starts August 10th, I believe. So it may not necessarily be doing a live thing, but maybe just do we just chat about it and we reviewed the episode sort of thing.
The fun thing about Hard Knocks is I have the HBO package, and it's it's talked about so much on the internet, and it's clipped up on Twitter so much. I hadn't watched it in a while. I just been waiting on a team I really love, and so I'll actually have a reason to watch it this year. If we're going to talk about it, I'll definitely watch Hard Knocks this year. But it's funny, it's so good, so bad. I could pretty much catch the highlights just by being on the internet, because everybody talks about it. But I heard they've been really good the last few years, and I like that, man. I really do. Wait, is it us? Is it Dallas this year? Who is it this year?
Yes, Cowboys.
Oh yeah, that's why I was gonna watch it. That's right, because we had it.
The Cowboys. This one should be interesting.
We had one of the first ones. We had season 2, and I watched that as a kid, and I was just because Hard Knocks been out that long, and I was I remember being we never got that much behind the scenes, and so I remember just being fascinated by the whole thing, wide-eyed. And I watched one of our best players took a hit when they weren't when you practice in the NFL, when you practice with your shoulder pads and your shorts on, you're not really supposed to be hitting. You're supposed to you're kind of just doing conditioning with your shoulder pads on. You can kind of bump heads a little bit. But one of our best wide receiver had his career ended because some rookie came out full speed and gave him a neck injury with shorts on, pads and shorts. Even my high school football experience, American football experience was you're not supposed to go hard. You clack pads a little bit, you hit a little bit just to feel something, but you're not supposed to try to lay anybody out on shorts, pads and shorts. When you put the pads on your pants too, that's when you play. So there's always one guy though, man, and that guy got cut immediately.
Which
I
one
believe.
was I watching? I believe it was the Browns, the last one I watched. Because I think they had the Cardinals after that. But I think it was
Jackson.
The Browns, the one. When they had Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Through. And what I was so shocked at, because obviously I thought after the draft, that's it, you have your team, you're set. But then that's not the end of it.
No.
You've got your
53.
Reserve, but the ones that will never get minutes in the game, but they always train.
Well, no, it's so you got the practice squad.
That's the one, yeah.
So and you got to get it down to 53. And so if you're a unknown college player, you don't have a great career, but you're showing a little bit of potential, they'll sign you for the practice squad, and they'll sign you to the league minimum, which is still more than what most Americans make. It's a living, and you're just hoping in the preseason, those 4 games that which I watched my first preseason Premier League game. I watched Manchester United the other day. It's the first preseason game I watched. And I had the same feelings I get because in NFL, you get a good rookie or a new player, and they won't play in the regular season usually, but they'll be in the preseason playing against other third stringers. So that's your third team. And they'll look good, and you're just man, we got to bring them to the first team. We got to get this guy some minutes out here. And I was the same thing watching Palestri score, assist from the assist from the guy. So it's the preseason's the same everywhere. I realize you see these youngsters and these new people, and you have so much potential, and you just want him to do well. So yeah, Hard Knocks too makes it harder because like when you watch Hard Knocks, you really get tied up to like they'll usually be following somebody who might get cut, and if they get cut, you're like heartbroken at the end of the season. Oh man, we're still tied 79-79. I got to get better at this. I got to cut off my stories right when we come back to the game.
Yeah, I think you're probably about 5 seconds ahead of me now.
I'm glad we're still close. I'm glad we hadn't got to like, because this is very manageable instead of like a minute.
Yeah.
You know,
it could have been so much worse. So I'm happy that I've got a happy medium that I can go to as well from my end.
If we were like a minute ahead, I honestly would just be reacting what you're saying. I feel like it'd be like, I hate playing the spoiler. Like if I was like a minute ahead, we would just go off your stream. I wouldn't even be trying to spoil it for you.
Yeah, I mean, I had to react to like Benzema's penalty the whole minute after it happened.
I remember that, man. I was watching. I think I watched every. As soon as KG started posting more on his channel, and when it was clear that he left United States, I subscribed to his YouTube notifications. In the middle of the day, I'm usually not doing it. Yeah, so I got to watch. This might be the last tournament I get to watch without like having to do anything because like most of the time with the VIP kids in China, the work would be in the morning time or late in the evening. Yeah, so but mostly morning my bookings would be before. So now now with that, when we go into regular, like any European tournament, I just gotta hope to catch something in the evening or watch the replay. So that was
this is it.
There we go. Ooh, airball. So I got a question for you as far as European football. So one of the most embarrassing things, like as a pro and even as a kid, you're shooting around playing basketball, is to shoot like, especially on NBA level, is to shoot an air ball, like especially like on a free throw or something, like shooting an air ball. Is it Chris Paul getting into? I feel like Bobby Portis was provoking him. A little tussle down there under the rim.
Ooh. Don't you pick up any technicals?
Chris Paul's always trying to start something though. He's a little slick something. But yeah, so it's like the equivalent. It's like missing the goal on a penalty, like missing the hole, like shooting over the net. Like what's the equivalent of shooting an air ball in football?
I'll say missing an open goal.
Yeah, that's probably like the keeper's out and you just out there by a tap in and you
and listen, that's probably the. But you know what's funny? I think, and maybe I'm using my football head here, I would rather miss an open goal than get nutmegged.
The way y'all was talking about nutmeg, so like I enjoy like watching it in the game. You said nutmeg, like, oh, that's cool. I kind of laugh. But the way y'all talked about it lets me know like that's the ultimate disrespect. People got to fight for that.
As well. Because at least with an open goal, it's you've made the mistake in missing. It's not an opponent rolling the ball through your legs just casually.
Oh, God. No. I could feel that. I feel like if we did that growing up, like there's certain stuff like you do, like somebody shooting a jumper in your face, and then once you got to high school, like the kids that could jump, like if you got dunked on, but like I feel like the dunks didn't happen, but the dunks didn't happen that much though, because you had to be like a really good athlete and taller. So usually in pickup games that wouldn't happen.
Would be a good comparison now. When there's a crossover
and you fall, okay. That's the equivalent. That's the equivalent.
I think that's a decent equivalent, yeah.
So we call it getting your ankles broken.
Harden did a couple of years ago for Houston. I can't remember who the defender was, but he
looked at him.
He dropped him, stopped, looked at him on the floor, and then shot him free.
I think the guy was smiling as he was getting up because it's like once you get got, like you can't. So I think the crossover is the equivalent to another because we even call it.
We're on the right track.
Yeah, yeah. We call it getting your ankles broken. So that's like, oh, he got his ankles broke. So that's even worse, man. It's just like I remember one time Chris Paul it's better. It's so good when it's good players. I think it was Steph Curry also, with the 3-pointers. He's also known for good handles, crossing people over. I think he made Chris Paul fall over one time backwards. while he was crossing him over by the 3-point line and then went by him. And so like when when a superstar does it to a regular player, it's like it's funny, but it's like extra good when superstar on superstar. So then after that, Kyrie Irving, who is in my opinion maybe one of the best ball handlers of all time in NBA history, and like there's this thing where like untucked Kyrie. So Kyrie usually comes in the game with his shirt tucked in, but like toward the end, when the back of his shirt jersey comes out of his shorts, it's like he goes like mad, like he goes crazy, and it's like, oh, it's like a thing on the internet, like, oh, untucked Kyrie, it's on. So it's like that's why I was always laughing, thinking about like KG with the beanie on, with the actual beanie on, he's doing one of his streams and not the hat, like beanie KG, I was laughing at that. But yeah, he did the same thing to, I think he did Steph. And it's just so much like, it's just fun to see people fall over. But when a superstar makes another one fall over, it's just like the extra good. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Messi broke Bolton's ankles. He absolutely destroyed him.
I was watching Manchester United highlights the other day, and Berbatov went down to the what do you call it behind the goal? What do you call that line? Like the out of bounds behind the goalkeeper. What do you call that? The line behind the goal.
Byline.
The back line, byline. He went to the byline. Looked like he was going out. He did a spin move, Berbatov, and he nutmegged the guy on the byline.
West Ham.
I watched that so many. And then I think he passed it to maybe Ronaldo for the goal.
Yeah, for a tapping.
And for the tapping, and that was one of the first nutmegs I saw. I was like, we might have to fight. Because he's like, oh, he's going out of bounds. And he just made the count. And I was like, and me being more aware of the nutmegs, like how serious y'all take it over there. I was like, that would have been one of the ones of just like, I got to go punch this guy to save my my pride over here, man. Because that was just disrespectful, man. like a tap back pass, like a quick nutmeg, like for a tap back pass, or like like some of them are kind of like, oh yeah, okay, but some of them are just. Ew.
It's the one where they roll it underneath their feet and nutmeg you. That one,
yeah.
No. And you know what, Santi, I totally agree. This guy changed football.
I feel like Ronaldinho, you get a pass. Like if Messi or Ronaldinho nutmegs you, you're just like, okay. Like I'm not gonna be extra. I'm gonna be mad about it, but it's like, if some regular scrub does it, it's like, oh man, this guy. But when one of the greatest people of all time does it, it's just like, I'll take that L. Like whatever.
Absolutely.
Was it? Giannis just smacked that ball.
Oh, just seeing it now. Yep.
Yeah, he had the shot clock was running down, so he
to rush that.
Yeah, that's another thing we have to deal with compared to even in NFL, you have 40 seconds to run a play between plays, and then it's 24 seconds in the NBA to score. Or if you get a rebound, it resets your shot clock. I don't think it goes all the way back to 24 seconds.
You know what amazes me with American sports is that they're only an hour long, but will take 4 hours.
On paper, that's completely on paper, man. You don't you don't know when these games are going to end, bro. Especially like playoff games. Like I feel like that little 2 minutes that lasts like 20 minutes that Dave was talking about, that don't happen that much during the regular season, but in the playoffs where it matters, man, they will drag that thing out, man. It looks like this is going to be a close game. I'm super excited about that.
It is.
One of the worst things in sports
it stays close towards the back end.
When I'm not rooting for a team directly, when I'm neutral, the worst thing that can happen for me as a fan is a blowout game 7 or a blowout closeout game. Like that's so boring. It's like there's no excitement. So
39 points, Giannis.
Yeah. Now it's 40. 87-84, Bucks in the lead.
Bucks, yeah.
Oh man, they were roasting the Phoenix fans so bad because they had the 8K cams pointed at the crowd. It's like, man, this is not the crowd I wanted to have an 8K camera on. Because some of those Phoenix fans were looking pretty haggard, man. That was hilarious.
that's another point actually. Like, I like the fact that your fans can integrate to an extent.
Yeah, but I feel like some of these people in several different types of sports, man, ever since quarantine, some folks have been acting crazy out here, man. But back in there was a game with the Detroit Pistons. The crowd might have to travel. Oh, and then Bobby Portis was celebrating a little bit there. I think, yeah, Portis is trying to provoke. Did he foul? I think Middleton's telling him to chill out.
It weren't a foul.
I think the guy, he fell, so they might have called it traveling. But then no, he didn't call it so it was a turnover. This is what happened. So he strutted down the field, and he got a technical foul for celebrating the court. So look, he's strutting because he calls him to messed up. If you're watching the replay now, and so that's why Chris Paul is shooting by himself, because that's a technical foul because he was way excessive.
Okay, gotcha. Oh yeah. You see, Giannis puts his arm out to say chill. And
Chris Middleton too.
Like, you got to kind of manage your emotions, because had Paul actually shot the free throw, which he didn't, but like, it's such a close game, you don't want to be giving up easy points.
Yeah, it ain't like, so that's the type of celebration you do if they're like down by like 15 in the fourth quarter, 15 to 20. Like, they're not coming back. Like, if they lose this game, he's gonna look extra stupid.
This is it. It's getting really touchy now. It's just foul after foul after foul.
How many fouls does Giannis have? That looked clean to me, though, but Booker's going in there to draw that foul, to be honest, though.
Yeah, just checking no change today,
Checking the fouls now. Yeah, I don't see it. Hold on. Blocks, turnovers, plus minus. Oh, team stats, maybe? Usually you can, or maybe I'll wait for a stat to pop up. That's actually not on my ESPN app. Usually they have not that I've seen, but usually you can find how many fouls everybody has, so you can kind of, get an idea if somebody's about to foul out or something.
I must say, Giannis is coming up clutch with the free throws. 16 out of 17.
That's a key to this game, man. If he's making his free throws, could be like 10 points for them. Then he would usually like him. The difference between him being like a 50% on free throws and like 70% or 80% is huge.
Whereas the Suns are 12 for 15.
Let's see. Giannis is field goal. So I got him 16 or 17 as free throws right now on my app.
Yeah, 16 17.
Dang, okay. I thought
that's 97% or so.
Let's see. His free throw percentage right now is 92%.
Oh, 92, okay.
He must have made a 3, so let's see.
4 points. He's 7:21 to go in the fourth. Wow.
I feel like the stats are behind because this says he has 37 points.
Oh, what the stats that you're on?
So I have a set page of like ESPN box score for the game, and then I clicked on his page to see if I could click on his name to see if I can get some more information for like his percentages and stuff. But I feel like it's not quite updated. The second page I'm looking at here, but I think this other page, this live play-by-play page, is have the stats pretty updated.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from NBA.com, knowing that I'm already behind as it is. Otherwise, I'm going to end up finding out.
Yeah. Dang, Portis has 17 though.
The Bucks are slowly pulling away.
Yeah, if Booker can make something happen here. Say up 4th quarter, pass the ball. He's forcing the shot. Oh, he made it though. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little bit ahead of you, but like in my opinion, it's just like even if you're a great shooter, is it better to force that shot or is to dish it out and keep the play alive? So I think he's fortunately or unfortunately,
Get this trending.
fortunately or unfortunately,
4:20 in the morning, but I'm still here.
I think Giannis, I think Giannis got that steal. But yeah, Booker is a big Kobe Bryant fan, and Kobe liked to play that hero ball too. Like I got this, put the team on my shoulder. But it's an important game. You gotta spread out, man. So like, yeah, Paul's deferring to Booker though. He's immediately giving the ball to Booker, and Booker, he's still trying to, 1-on-1. Is he gonna force another J? They call that a foul? They give it the N one? Oh, they call it a charge.
Which is interesting because I don't know, was it game 4? Giannis ran into Crowder, I believe, and somehow won the foul.
It depends on. It's supposed to be if you got your feet set, type of deal. I can't remember the charging rules exactly because I hear different things, and it used to be like if they're running at you and you get there in time. If you get there and you get set in time, supposedly you can get that charge. Sometimes they call that a. If they don't call it, they call it a blocking foul because you're blocking the thing if you don't get set in time.
Bucks are really up for this. They're getting offensive rebounds and all sorts.
Yeah, we
6-point game, 5:12 to go.
It's bad. They got Booker on. They got Giannis on Booker, so they're taking it real serious. Oh, floater from Crowder. So we got 90-94 Milwaukee. This is one of those times where I'm in a neutral game, and it's kind of like I feel like I kind of by the end of the game I pick a team. I'm like I kind of want the Suns to make it interesting. You don't want the Bucks to pull away right now.
Yeah, 4-point game, 4:50 to go.
But yeah, like Booker can score from anywhere on the floor, man. It's just one of those things. Like if he's gonna do this hero ball, you just hope he gets hot. Like he's like he gotta get hot if he's gonna do this, or like Crowder just scored that last one, and. Yeah, you just want don't be 0 assists in the 4th quarter, Booker. You got to spread it around,
Yeah.
But Chris Paul, the 16, 17-year veteran, he's letting the offense run through Booker. He's not bringing the ball down. So must be something they plan to discuss.
I think the difficulty they have is they just can't stop Giannis at the moment. They just can't stop him.
Well, you just gotta. At this point, I feel like Giannis kind of slowed down a little bit on his him personally scoring and going straight to the rim in his last couple of possessions. I've seen Middleton miss one, and I've seen Connaughton miss one as well. So they gotta hope. You gotta play good defense. You gotta hope for a miss. This is what you're doing at this point. You gotta hope for a miss, and you gotta if you could get when we come back from commercial here, if you get 1-3 coming out of the break, then you get the momentum going. You just gotta you gotta crack down that defense. You gotta hope they miss, man, and you don't foul, to give you time to come back, I don't know what commercials you're getting. I always get these Snoop Corona commercials. They're always hilarious.
Yeah, Snoop seems to be everywhere. He can't be out of money, can he? Surely not.
I heard I heard somebody say last year, yeah, Snoop don't turn down a check. And I was like, that's so right. As soon as they said that, I realized I seen him on a Martha Stewart ad. He is I don't know what ads. I don't know what ads y'all getting over there. So that's amazing.
You Just Eat.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
So Just Eat is let's see if do you have Deliveroo?
Oh, DoorDash, like we saw the DoorDash ad. Like, yeah, we do DoorDash, Uber Eats. Yeah.
So Just Eat is another company, and he did the songs for that. Like,
I can't wait to tell. I think I was talking to my dad about this or my mom or something. I can't wait to tell him. I was like, he's in England too. Like he's cashing checks in England. He's probably in like China or Japan somewhere doing like the little like some delivery commercial over there.
You can't be broke.
No, absolutely not, man.
Just I don't know, maybe they just want someone of his caliber, I guess.
No, I mean, you get to like, Snoop's not about to Snoop's like my parents' age, man. He's not about to release any rap albums anytime soon. So at this point, you just got to go off of the albums you've made already, and then like if you've got a good personality, like you gotta take all this advertising dollars, man.
And look at these highlights. Giannis's defensive output has been unbelievable.
Yeah, he had a couple of really good blocks too.
Yeah, but even if he's not getting the blocks, he's there. He's making himself a presence.
That was the thing about the Booker alley-oop block where he defended Booker so well. He did the right defense, saw Booker throwing the alley-oop, turned around, saw DeAndre Ayton.
Big point there from Milton.
Yeah. And he got the block on the alley-oop for Ayton. And after defending the other guy. So he ran all the way from like the free throw line to turn around, and like he's just an amazing athlete. Oh, that's a bad turnover. Does he complain about he said he got fouled previously, maybe?
This game is running away from the Suns.
He did hit his hand, though. I mean, there's no way a ref could see that.
Yeah, that is a foul.
Okay, 6-point deficit for the Suns with 4 minutes left. Chris Paul, you're going to play for this is the first time you've been to the finals.
Could be his only time going to
Aiden. Oh, my God. What is he doing? He should have took the shot at first. I'm sorry for like a 5-second spoiler on you.
No,
yeah, Giannis just scored again. Yeah.
These fine margin, 8 points.
Tell you, man, Giannis is looking up for a 50-point game tonight.
Yeah, 47 at the moment.
Yeah. I'll book her for 3. Yeah, just missed. So it looks like the shot clock goes back to about 15 seconds after they rebound instead of going all the way back 24. Ayton with the 2. Is that a timeout, Bucks? Yeah, maybe.
Game.
They're gonna make it interesting, man. They're gonna they're gonna make it interesting. Looks like. I feel like the Suns aren't panicking though, so that's the that's the cool part about it. They can tell they're not like they're keeping their composure. Nobody's freaking. Booker was a little bit upset there, but they're keeping their composure. Yeah, let's go back to the box score. Let's see, Chris Paul and Booker. Yeah, Booker's only on 17. He's only at 4 points. Chris Paul's on 24 now, though.
Oh, much better output, actually.
Yeah. Giannis is the only one past 20 points, though. Middleton 13, Holiday 12, Brook Lopez still on 10. Like, hey, we'll take you take the win, no matter what I score,
that's a good point.
You lift the trophy, It's just crazy. I know they got all the they got all the confetti ready and stuff, probably, and like all the shirts. And let's say Phoenix win, they gotta like haul all the damn shirts to. I think Game 7 might be in Phoenix, so they gotta haul all of that back to Phoenix. And and then I just think about the shirts. They show, sometimes they show like some third world countries where like they don't throw those shirts away. They just ship them to other countries. for like, I guess, like a secondhand type of deal. And it's like,
it's mad.
It's always funny. You see somebody like, like you see like a finals winner, and then they're like the losing team, but they're like in the middle of. And I'm glad they don't waste the shirts, but it's always like, I always think about that. Like, man, what do they do with all that gear, man?
How do fans tend to celebrate like a championship in the States? Because obviously you probably saw the footage of like England fans going mad just for making a final. Like,
yeah.
What's the celebration like in the States?
I feel like for like we don't celebrate our national teams, our national sports like that. Like, it's like I feel so bad for USA basketball. If you win, you're supposed to win. We invented basketball. That's our sport as player. If you lose, everybody's upset though. If you don't, even if you lose in a championship game, everybody's upset.
He probably sees that my eyes are like.
I feel like Vibes woke up, saw YouTube, and just immediately you're
gonna jump on and just troll.
Vibes woke up, opened the bag of chips, and started talking shit like he always does, man. Hell yeah! I feel like they brighten up my night seeing Vibes come through with the comment, man. Shout out to Vibes. But no, yeah. So like, how y'all were celebrating? That's usually like the city, and then they'll do a parade in that city like a couple of weeks after they win. But like, yeah, whatever city it is, the cities come out. But I don't think there's any national sport that will like go out for. It's much more a regional thing. But yeah, we just go out to bars and like bars in that city be packed. A very similar reaction, but like just whatever. Like even though like Milwaukee's, they call that so no matter how big the city is. 8-point lead for the Bucks here. 2 minutes 13 remaining. No matter how big the city is, sometimes if your team isn't that popular, they call it a secondary market. So Milwaukee, I think it's a good sized city. You still call that a secondary market. So, but even though it's a secondary market team, you saw how many people were in the streets.
Yeah,
it means that much. So yeah, everybody's gonna be out for the parades, and everybody's gonna be out for the in some cities like the Knicks, like if the Knicks make it to a finals, it'd be like equivalent of how like England is right now, because the Knicks is one of the most popular teams in the league, but they hadn't won anything in like forever. Like they're gonna be tearing up New York. Philadelphia was the same way. Like Philadelphia, they had to put like you ever had a thing in like you have like a squirrel problem on like your bird feeder or something, and people like put these deterrents to keep. That's what they do in Philadelphia. And like the Eagles was like they had to put stuff on the poles to keep people from climbing up the poles and tearing up the it's just like they do the squirrels, man. So that's how some of those big cities when they win, like it's gonna be like similar to the England, Yeah, that's one in some places. Oh my God. We got to teach you about the Buffalo. The Buffalo people, they're we call it pre-games in football tailgates. We sit out in the parking lot. The Buffalo are the worst. They're like, they always jump through tables, like pro wrestling. They break tables. That's their thing. So like, I think the whole city might set on fire if Buffalo ever won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Or Buffalo has the worst. The Buffalo made 4 Super Bowls from 88 to 92, and they lost all of them. And so they got some pent up energy there, man. That's for another show, man. I'll tell you about the Buffalo crazies, man. They're wild up there, man.
Yeah. And just on this point here from Vibes, like the heat in England, when it's hot with no breeze. Like we can't even sleep. Like it's mad.
So what I'm from understanding from watching for updates on United Stand, like y'all, it doesn't get hot like this usually, so y'all don't have AC. No. Like it's a lot of time. Like that's wild to me. Like even up north, I think like in the north of the states, we'll have like we won't have like the full system, but we'll have a window unit. Even like I got my wife's family's from upstate New York, and even they have like a AC unit for like an emergency AC unit up there. But
we don't have that. We just have our windows, and we just open
my God, man! Hey man, the way this climate change happening. Oh, 102, they just scored again. 102-96. Suns timeout. The way the climate change happening, man. Y'all need to get some back in the day, like like my grandma aunt's house, they'll get a box fan and stick it in the window, and that before everybody had AC. It's good growing up in the country, man. Oh my god, man. Ice cubes, you gotta. Whew.
No, it's serious. It's proper bad. Like, with all good intentions, I can go and lie in bed at like say 10 or 11 or whatever, but I won't be able to get to sleep until like maybe 2 if I'm lucky, because it's just mad hot.
Bro, y'all don't got fan. Like, I feel like
even with a fan. Now, this is what I'm saying to you about the heat here. Like, the fan will blow, but it's just it still feels muggy and humid.
Yeah.
It's horrible. So you're just racking up an electricity bill for no reason.
I'm putting it out there from my English brethren. Like, hey man, I think this climate change might be happening. Whoever's watching, don't roast me for being political or whatever, but I'm just calling it how I see it, man. The weather's been, crazy flooding around the world. Like, y'all might want to start looking at some window units, man. Some window ACs running a couple of minutes during the summer, man. Because I'm up here watching United saying, like, Mark's shirt looked like it was soaked. And I'm like, bro, you can't have a fan for the live stream, because I'm hot. I had to cut my air down right now because I got my top light. I got 2 lamps on to try to get some lighting. I'm not a pro YouTuber at all, but just having these lights on in the room is like making the temperature drop. And like, now I feel like everywhere I've lived, I've only lived in the South, and everywhere I've lived in the South, the humidity is ridiculous, like 100% during the summer. And like, Booker hadn't hit a 3, man. Oh, it was less than a minute, man. I think I feel like I'm worried about y'all's AC condition in England. I forgot that. I didn't realize it was under a minute already.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be done here. I think the Bucks are gonna see this one out.
Oh man.
No, it's a bad foul to give.
He was been a little bit aggressive, man. Yeah, he's a pretty good free throw shooter too. So yeah. And see, now after this, the game's going to take 20 minutes because every time Milwaukee gets the ball, you got to foul them right away.
Foul them, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just not enough time for
no. Unless they drain a 3 right now. And also, if you see what Chris Paul did, what you do is when somebody throws the ball up, Chris Paul for 3, missed it. Yeah, so now you got to foul right away. Or they should foul. Why didn't they foul? Okay.
I think they've just accepted it.
Oh man, you see people hugging down there on the baseline, yeah. So you see everybody outside, like, you see how many people out there, man? That's
mad.
I feel like we got a whole people in England too, man. So we could have like any city with a team could look like that. Hey, you ruined her childhood, okay? You ruined her future. I forgot what she said.
Oh man.
Look, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, like, if it's hot as it's ever been, every year it's getting more and more hot. I mean, like, I don't know. That's just me. Something's changing, so I don't know. I remember that now when I go to England. I guess I better go in the fall and I'll let you take me to a Palace game, man. Let you take me to a Palace game. That's what I'll do when I come to England.
No, definitely take you to a game, but I don't know if you want to see. Our weather's just crap, regardless. Like, it rains for like 10 months of the year. So we just have bad weather. Period.
Look, I've come in there, coming to check out everything, coming to see the sites, coming to check out. Look, if it's raining, it's raining, man. Like it's still a mean. Like I told you about earlier with my like degree and stuff, man. It'll be a lot for me to come out there and hang out, man. But
no, absolutely not.
Yeah, for sure, man. I just like you. I feel like y'all just convinced me. I don't need to go to England in the summertime. It needs to be a fall or a winter trip.
To be fair, yeah, I guess the autumn time would be perfect because obviously the season would have just started.
Do y'all get a lot of snow? Like bad snow?
No, not often.
Yeah, if it's enough to disrupt like the function. Or you're in the south. Yeah, London's in the south though, so I feel like the snow would be more north of you, right?
Yeah, it's a lot more north. Celebrations have started.
19 seconds, man. Oh, they freaked shooting. Yeah.
So yeah, well, you know what? I'm gonna sit through this right up into the trophy lift. Right up into the trophy lift. Because after that, it's all the interviews and stuff, and it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna present it to them. They're gonna talk for a bit. They're gonna do an interview. Then they're gonna, but it's not gonna be it's not as quite as like organized trophy lift as in like football. You know, like when everybody's send aside. Like it's a little bit less organized. People hanging out and stuff, and they're passing trophy around, taking pictures, but they don't have the. I noticed that in European football, they have like the organized. Everybody gets together on the stand and like they do the like together. I was just like, man, we don't do that. We don't do it like that, man. I like the way too, like they walk around the pitch at the end and like clapping and the fans are in. They kind of just walk around, kind of like a little like one, little parade around the field. I always thought that was dope too.
Just updating my banner at the moment, so at least once it's completely done, put that new banner up. But fair play to the Bucks, like to go 2-0 down and win 4 on the bounce.
One of the shows I follow, like the comedic sports show I follow, like one of their NBA, who's a serious NBA analyst. After 2 down, he's like, I don't know if the Bucks, Giannis' knee might be messed up. He's like, I don't know if the Bucks are going to win any games. And that's they're going to be roast. They already been roasting this guy. They're going to be roasting this guy all day tomorrow. I feel like he's not going to hear the end of it because they're going to clip him up, man. And there's a fun site on Twitter called Cold Takes Expose. So they have football takes on there too. It's basically like somebody say something ridiculous, like yeah, the Bucks, like who's like one of them comments like, yeah, why did they draft Giannis? Nobody had heard of him before he came to the league. Like, why did they draft this guy? This guy's gonna be a loser.
What do you think the Suns players are thinking, having to listen to the coach, knowing that listen, the game done? Like,
oh man, that's one of those things. You just kind of like you accept your fate. You just go out there and try not to cause a scene, embarrass yourself. But it's just like it's kind of just like a formality at that point. It has to be. It's like, hey, he's probably already been like, hey man, y'all did amazing. Nobody thought y'all was gonna make it this far. He's probably getting that post-game speech in the locker room. He's probably giving a little part of that, man. Like, hey man, just go out there, knock this out, try to score some points, do what you can, because I mean the percentages are like, oh, Booker already looks like he's about to start crying. They just zoomed in on Booker's face, like he's got like a tear. Yeah, but like there's probably like not much coaching going on at this point. Just small tips and like he's getting ready for that post game speech because the Suns, like last year, they weren't even that good. Last year they went to the NBA, brought back the game, and they did this bubble, and that's the clock run out. That's the game. The NBA did this bubble, and they had a play-in tournament basically to see who would make it because they were trying to throw together a makeshift thing for the playoffs. Giannis, everybody said he wasn't going to do it.
The Milwaukee Bucks are your 2021 NBA champions.
Good for them, man. Good for his brother, too, who barely played all year and is going to get a ring from this. He had a brother, like, riding the bench, the Nasus Antetokounmpo. But what was funny, his brother for the Lakers, I forget his name. His brother had a ring before him because he played with LeBron with the Lakers. So there's a third brother who has a ring already. But I don't know. Like, let me know whenever you're ready to get off, man. I know it's 11:44 p.m. here, so that means it's almost 5 a.m. where
nearly 5 a.m. Yeah. What I'll do, I'm gonna hang right up until they at least lift the trophy, and then I'm out.
Yeah, Giannis had to get the MVP because he
Oh,
has
absolutely.
oh man, you see the tears, the happy tears. Everybody's doubted this guy, man. Everybody's doubted him, and everybody doubted. I'm honestly happy too I'm sad for Chris Paul, but I'm happy, like I was telling you about Drew Holiday, man. I'm happy that everybody's like, oh, y'all gave up too much. You gave up all these picks. You gave up the future. Well, you just won a finals, so
yeah,
how much is too much then? We in American sports, we value draft picks. We have an organized draft, and we don't just go and randomly sign players like the European football. So we value those draft picks. They gave up 3 first-round picks that might, it might be like mortgaging your future. You know what I mean? Like, but it worked. I feel like I don't know if y'all like understand in England and Europe about like our draft picks are everything now. It's we wish we could just go pay a team like 100 something $50 million, like like the equivalent to Harry Kane right now. Like it would be like like a big team, like if that was the case, the richest owners, for like LA and the Knicks or some of the big teams would be like, hey, can we give you 150 million for Giannis? It kind of it all works through trades, So for me, it's been interesting learning about the European like system, how they sign stuff. And one thing I have figured out though, gosh, I hate the agents over there though. Oh my God.
Yeah,
it's either some greedy dude or it's like somebody's brother or their dad. I'm like, why are you letting your dad make you?
And corruption with agents is unreal.
I would like my dad be like my advisor, but I would not let they're like, yeah, Messi's brother is his agent. I'm like, I mean, I guess he has your best interests out, but let me get somebody with a MBA, like a master's. Let me get somebody that's a lawyer or something. But I'm sure they have advisors. But that's just me, my American point of view. American.
Nice, massive achievement for obviously Giannis, Middleton, Tucker, Drew Holiday, who I feel has really stepped up last couple of games.
So their coach is name's Budenholzer, Mike Budenholzer, I believe. Is that a Louis Vuitton box that's a Louis Vuitton box with the trophy in it, maybe right there. Oh, I got a commercial now on my end. But yeah, Mike Bolter, I don't know how to pronounce his name exactly, but he's been taking a lot of criticism about how he coached the Bucks. And if he had a win out before the finals in any round, he probably was about to get fired. So this is actually big for him too. But he has made some decisions over the last couple of years. I heard people talking about it. It's kind of like, oh, why did he play this route? And so good for him for finally, showing up, making the good decisions. And I don't know whose idea was it to go get Drew Holiday, but yeah, and Middleton stepped up. Yeah, we're back. It's a party outside of the Milwaukee there.
Yeah. Can you imagine trying to get home?
Oh my God. I can't even imagine like what I'm thinking about right now is like how I'm going to be feeling like those dudes, like they're going to be feeling worse than you, like whenever you get up tomorrow, like they're going to be like, they're going to be hurting, man. And I can't imagine like, it's the summertime, so you don't have to worry about school, but I can't imagine a lot of people showing up for work, so a lot of people will get rolled up tomorrow, but they might get a pass. I feel like if your home team wins the finals, yeah, they had the trophy in the Louis Vuitton box. They bought it out. That's dope. But if your home team was the finals, I feel like some discrepancies. Like if you stumble in late, with shades on, with a headache, like I feel like you should get a pass. Yeah, I can't wait to check out NBA Twitter after this.
How do things work with like obviously going to work and stuff like?
So it's funny. So like Super Bowl Sunday. So like some people sometimes they give a little bit of leeway if you talk about it because it's like that Monday morning, which small part of me wishes they would do the Super Bowl on a Saturday so you can recover on Sunday. I know that's wild. But when I was in the military, even like, you have to report to work at like 6 a.m. Your first formation in the U.S. military is 6:30 a.m. for the regular military, and so you show up to work by 6:15, but to do PT, and then you report for work at 9 a.m. So one cool thing was like all my years in the military, like usually on the Super Bowl and sometimes in the college national championship, that Monday they will be like, yeah, just come to work at 9. Don't, you still gotta show up, but for the early shit. So, but as far as most of the time you gotta suck it up, man. But I don't know what it's like. You gotta suck it up and go to work. But I don't know if it's like if it's your team. Like if it's like you're in Milwaukee, these people might have, and it's a weekday too. This is gonna be a Wednesday. I'm sure people had conversations with their boss. Like I'm sure some conversations were had because like your supervisor's probably gonna be right next to you in that crowd outside of the stadium, right? So I'm sure I've never experienced that firsthand. I'm sure there has to be some conversations with certain businesses. Like, hey, we're open late. The Bucks won. That's good for them, though, man. That's really good for them. That's the commissioner right there. He's a pretty good. Out of all the, I feel like I keep trying to bring the, this is USAI. You're, got the Crystal Palace, the European football. I think about how I don't know y'all's commissioner or who's in charge of the Premier League. Like everybody, like you hear about the owners, but in here, like
quite a lot.
Yeah, like our commissioner, like
it's good anymore, but it's not even normal.
I don't know how much he affects like the data. Like our commissioners are in the spotlight answering questions and stuff. So, you got like Bud Selig for baseball. You have Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell is like almost like he's one of the most powerful people in sports. Like he's the NFL commissioner, and it's basically like they have to do what.
Like
a lot of people.
He gets booed.
And like sometimes for some of the stuff he's hated for, he gets booed for. He brought a lot of good stuff for the league, but some of the other things he's booed for, like sometimes there's some inconsistency is how like punishments are doled out. But oh yeah, here we go. It's kind of like the trophy lift.
There we go. Let's get this trophy lift and then
So after this, it won't be like a team thing. They're just gonna pass it around and jump around. It won't be like a formal team lift like in football,
Yeah. So that's what I remember that from past ones where they come up and do their little interviews and stuff, and then
they're gonna interview. Now they're gonna go down the line and interview the owner first. Looks like I guess that might be the owner there. I actually don't know the Bucks owner. That's how small their team is. Like not like most of the big time teams, you might not know their name, but you recognize the owners because the owners are usually out front in front of their franchises, which is not always good. They kind of I kind of like it when they just behind the scenes, just writing checks, but that's God, I got so many questions about how like just watching this and thinking about how like football run, maybe we can offline, we could chat about that, about like, just certain things like that, like the differences.
I mean, we could also just do another show, like a recorded one and stuff.
Yeah.
Talk about the parallels and stuff. Doesn't have to be live. A pre-recorded one at some stage.
Because some questions like this, I wasn't even thinking about. Like me seeing, I forget the NBA commissioner's name. He's actually a really good commissioner. He works for the players and Adam Silver. Yeah, golly, thank you. Just thinking about that, I was like, I could be standing beside the Premier League boss, whatever you call him. I don't know if you call him commissioner. Be standing beside this guy in the store. I wouldn't even know it, man.
Yeah.
But like these guys are out front, being part of the mascot. I'm gonna call him a mascot. That's kind of degrading, maybe not, but they're like the figurehead. That's better. They're the figurehead for the league, just as much the players, like and when you have a good one, them, and when you have a terrible, I forgot about COVID. I'm like, why is he FaceTiming? I think Giannis has a young child, or he's FaceTiming. Got the volume down. This is a good moment, man. Oh man. So they already right quick, they already started doing like the because he has 2 MVPs, and then now he has the finals, and now people are already talking about like yesterday and the day before that, like, all right, now where's Giannis at on the all-time power forwards? Yeah, like Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, Dirk Nowitzki from, you might have seen some of his stuff from the Dallas Mavericks. He was Dirk helped us helped America be like, okay, Europeans can play. Usually people wrote off European basketball players, but I feel like since Dirk, a lot of European they had more chances because he played so well, and he was the pre-Kevin Durant 7 foot tall guy with a jumper. How you gonna block that shot? That was why he was so good. Like if he does a jump shot, he's almost 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, people, I think I'm gonna call it. I'm expecting obviously Giannis to be MVP. I'd be surprised if there's anyone else, to be honest. But no, thanks for those who rolled this out, man. My first watch along that I've done. I've been on other watch alongs, but the first one I've done.
Second one for me.
And yeah, it's been amazing. I had to do one for the finals. I mean, I was funny enough. I was messaging Jay earlier on, like, "Oh, should I do it? Should I not? Should I do it? Should I not?" and stuff. And now that I know that the timings are not too off,
yeah,
I can definitely do a few more and stuff in the future and whatnot.
Yeah,
so,
we got to work on the football one too, man. If you ever not do anything, if you got a Palace guy, we got to figure out how to get Mio closer to the European stream, man. I don't know how we're gonna figure that one out, man.
Well, look out, obviously, I got the show Euroscope with my boy Leo. So we'll be trying to do regular bits there. So we'll always jump on that. We actually got a show on Friday night. We're gonna do a show, so we're gonna actually now start talking more club football and things that have been happening, obviously, because the Euros are done and stuff. So definitely look out for that if you're about. So that'll be Friday.
I'll be packing in, but I'll probably drop in. I should be driving up 7-hour drive for me, so I should be driving up Saturday. But yeah, everything in the evening time for me, man. I'll still be hopping. I'm happy for you to have me, man. Anybody cares what I got to say about anything, I do talk a lot, but yeah, thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for taking this ride with me as well. This journey and such. I got to be mindful how I say that because that sounded a bit mad.
Well, taking the ride. I mean, that was legit. That was taking a ride with you. Yeah, that was a legit.
Yeah,
man.
It could be misconstrued.
That's a. So I feel like on our end, like taking the ride, like okay, yeah, that's good. But that's one of those cross the pond, those barriers, man. Like now that you said it, I can see. Yeah.
But yeah,
like we use that, but not like that. Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to USI. Big up, Jay. Big up Santiago for being here. Vibes, David, and everyone else that's tuned in, man. Listen, I'm going to bed. I'll probably end up having to be up in that 2 hours because the little one will probably wake up. But yeah, listen.
Oh, man, God.
We out. Oh, and once again, Milwaukee Bucks 2021 NBA champions.
Yeah, sweet, man. Thanks.